Yeah. No. With you.
No, you're so ugly.
No, but then now it's like if she was a bad Dina.
Nah, but then she
Daniel,
does that shit.
No, wait, no, I'm saying
What
no.
the hell?
No, I'm saying.
dumb?
Oh my gosh, you're not
Don't
understanding.
piss me off.
Look. First, relax. What I'm saying is.
No, don't say that.
If I
What
say
the
that,
hell?
no, you goofy. I'm saying if I'm just saying you're ugly,
She's
means
still ugly.
listen.
Bro, you have to be mean. You have to be like, ew, you think with a forehead like that you have a chance?
This is what so that's
Disgusting.
what I'm saying. Now for her. Tonight.
Whoa.
I hope so. That's how this is starting. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast. That's how we're starting, yeah?
Yeah, well,
On the head top?
mid-song
Is that
and
what it's
everything.
called?
Can I tell you guys what I hate about this podcast?
Let's do it.
All right, first, it's not the Baghdaddy.
Chief of Sergeant
It's Mao. It's a girl, Moeezy.
What's going on?
Introduce yourself. What the heck?
Hey, put the camera down his face right now.
Camera on me.
The guy's
You know why? It's because I said.
Podcast.
It's because I said his pants are looking a bit tight.
First of all, that was off camera.
Hey,
That
we-
wasn't even what I was mad. And now people are looking at my
We
crotch.
gotta talk about skinny jeans,
Now it's
but
your
it's the
fault.
prince.
I'm going to sit like this now just for the whole episode. I don't care.
Wow, skinny jeans. All right. What do you
Talk
hear
to
about
us.
this podcast? Before I talk about this guy's skinny jeans.
Thank you for joining. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this around. Leave a rating on
Yes,
Spotify.
sir.
Leave a rating on Apple. Leave a rating on
Google reviews.
Google reviews, sure. Yeah, and
That's
thank you
good.
for joining us for the episode. I don't like that Daniel censors me all the time on episodes.
I'm saving you.
If
bro.
I say a swear word,
I'm saving
let it
you.
run.
And it's the listenership.
He said let it
I've
run.
seen the analytics, bro.
I don't care. It's an hour and 40 minutes into the episode. Let that fly.
Hey, put the timestamp down for this one here, bro.
Daniel's
It's,
on it.
it's part of it, bro. I just saw all the other guys do it.
Daniel over here. Daniel trying to save the podcast.
But do you want to be known as that guy who lets flying colors come out of his mouth?
What did you call
What
it?
the frig you mean by that one?
Taste
Wait,
the
flying
rainbow.
colors.
What?
Oh, flying
what do
words.
you mean by
Colorful
that?
words.
Color,
Damn, bro.
Colourful
That's the
words.
one. Colorful
Bro,
words.
that was a roundabout. Fast. I was started thinking
We're not
about
passionate.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Colorful words.
I was really thinking about this when you sent it in.
Like, oh yeah, basically, I told everyone, tell us what you hate about the podcast.
Yeah. I couldn't think of something I genuinely hate. For one, I hate that people aren't tapping in as much as they should.
I hate that too.
I hate that. And I hate them. No,
Yeah.
should I? Yeah.
Okay.
I hate them. You know, like, no, I don't.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No.
Rock
This
the
is a
boat.
mess.
No, because we met a bunch of beautiful girls who said that they love the podcast,
What's that got to do
and
with
they were
anything?
chatting to us because I don't want us to say
No,
that we
but they're tapped
hate
in. I love
people.
them.
Yeah,
Not like love, but like I love
Who you
them.
don't love?
The people that are not tapped in, bro.
They clearly don't listen to this.
Yeah, frick. But no, there's nothing to hate too tough yet,
I
man.
agree.
For me, I don't hate this, but I feel like our conversations before the podcast is the real banger. But we know
It's true.
You know what I was
It's true.
thinking?
It's
I
true.
would-
we can't
Yeah.
drop.
It seems like there's been a lot of stuff amongst us
Yeah.
recently. We're like, I think it's just time. Let's just send
Yeah.
it fully.
Patreon.
Patreon, but even just have it.
I'm keen for us to have enough audience to do Patreon because then I can just tell you guys better stories.
and talk about people.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Very easy ways.
Because this conversation will go for like an hour, and they were like, let's record now.
Literally, like
You know,
constantly.
someone once said to me, they're like, oh, I feel like if I tell you something, I'm telling all four of you.
I mean, it's fair enough.
No, it's not fair enough. Guys,
fair
this is not true. If you tell me something, don't worry, I won't tell them.
No, but the truth is, it is gonna yeah.
No, it won't.
Yo,
no,
hey.
because I'm not going to be that
You
type
can be
of person.
sure
I'm not
one
that type
person
of
will at least know.
person. I'm
But
not
by
that type of
virtue, it's
person.
gonna be
Christians and that, but we be gossiping.
Whoa!
I don't spill your beans.
That's
I
not
don't
true.
spill your beans.
On that, I'm very much the kind of person. I feel like I've said this before. If you tell me something, or if I tell you something, I assume you're gonna tell your partner.
Pillow talk, yeah.
I'm so fine.
yeah,
with it.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm so, like if I tell you something, I just know your partner's
Yeah.
gonna know, and I'm so fine with that.
And that's why I don't open up.
Literally, that's literally why I choose who I tell
I don't
things
be
to.
talking. Yeah, yo, I don't.
But be careful when you tell me, because I'll tell.
Yeah. I think everyone should have
I think
that
it's
same opinion for
expected,
sure. Should be
yeah.
expected.
I
Most
think
def.
it's expected.
Bro, I
remember we actually had
really
a-
particular I just realized who I talk to at all and who I say things.
Yeah.
Like you think you are, but then when I started deep, I'm like, I really don't be saying much at all.
Yeah.
Like them ones where you can count. But then again, you guys be telling your partners, huh? So I just realized I need another hand. Well,
I was mad at my water, bro.
what you're doing now, bro. Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
remember, I think, I don't know how long, maybe 2 years ago, we had like a full, not argument, but full discussion about this. I think me, this guy, then one other friend. He was like, bro, if I tell you, I'll tell you only. Full stop.
Shut up.
Is there anything though that you're like, okay, I understand if you don't want me to tell my partner?
No, I think this is what it is. Well, now just speaking on the other side of people, or say if I tell, I'll tell you only. I think they say if this affects you and you're in it,
Yeah.
then it makes it that your partner also knows. If that sort of makes
Yeah.
sense, right? And Danny, just letting you know that we are getting in trouble, blah blah. But
First of all, I pray to God that never comes my way, bro.
no, but
And
let's
just say, no, we got about 48 hours before the cops come around your
before
house.
the cops comes, and
They
those
found out everything.
So let me
Yeah,
give you a
yeah,
heads up. Yeah, they found it all. What?
Wait, the find out what? Yo, but just whatever it is, right? And then obviously that's going to affect your household financially or whatever it is. It makes sense that you go off and tell your partner about it because you're affected by it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they always say. They always saying, if I tell you and you're affected by this, you can go off and you could technically tell people that you want to tell
'Cause it's your story
you're
now.
in it as well. But if I'm telling you something about me, that's when they're like, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. I feel like it's really a case by case thing because there are times where it's like you hear something, you're like, whoa, that's actually a lot. And I know that you want this to remain just me and you.
Yeah.
And that I think I'm okay with.
Oh, no, just me and you.
Like,
How do you
sometimes
typically-
you can distinguish the
Yes.
the thing of like, for example, like let's say I've got a friend and they're gonna do like crazy business deal,
Yeah.
and it's like it's gonna come to light eventually, but it's like in your best interest for the sake of it that like just
Nothing is
would,
leaked and-
yeah, you know what I mean?
You don't trust your
It's
partner?
like no, I do trust my partner. It was just like if it's a 3-4 week thing until the announcement, like.
Wow, 4 weeks of you being gassed though, and your partner doesn't know why.
Wait, are you like,
First of all, like, do you think I was just running around the house like, yeah, yeah, giggity?
Giggity, bro.
Yeah.
I was thinking, so I think the only time is if I'm like, I don't want the burden. It's a burden I can carry right now. It's not a burden that you need to also add on to just yet, but it will come
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's my rationale for it.
I hear that.
You know what I mean? It's just like, there's no need for this to be on your shoulders because it's not like I'm struggling with it right now. So there's no need for you to carry that just yet. Yeah. Maybe eventually, yeah, for sure. Maybe past the situation or what, you know what I mean? But most times I'm like, yeah, bro, you realize how many things we have in our head?
In our minds, we have a lot of information.
Oh my gosh, man. I was thinking about it recently. I was like, fam, everyone has got something. And I'm like, what? It's in here. I'm like,
so
yo,
much
there's a
going on,
lot going on out here. I think there was something that happened recently and we both were just like, fam, everyone's packed. I think we're just thinking about like,
Yeah.
there was some news and then the news again. I was like, yo, okay, first of all,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, yes.
Time out, man. Like, it's mad, bro. But yeah, man. I guess while we're here, though, on the boundaries kind of conversation, what kind of boundary could your partner say that they have or try to enforce or instate that you're like, first of all, that's a bit weird that you want to do so? Like, it doesn't seem toxic or wrong, them just on paper. But it makes you a bit uncomfortable, or you're just not sure whether it's like, is this serious or not? I'll give you the context for this, yeah? So we've got a mail that came in. Do you want to we can say what it
Mail.
is.
Yeah, that's
not
fine.
a mail.
We got a piece of mail, a letter, came into the mailbox, right? And it said, Department of Health, Marwa. And I looked at it, I said,
you're like, oh, yeah.
like, first of all, what the heck is going on? Why is the Department of Health telling Marwa something's going on? I was like, do I open it? I was like, nah, that's a breach of privacy. But I'm like, wait, hold on, this is my wife. I was doing gymnastics, man. And I think I just called her and I just told her,
Yeah, I was gonna say the mail is here, just walking back and forth.
you're pacing, bro. I couldn't concentrate on work. Bro, and then I sent it in the chat straight away.
She's dying.
Yo, I mean, what was the mail? You can say it.
Oh, it was
Everyone needs
cervical screening.
Cervical screening mail. That's
Like they
it.
send it out to
Normal,
you.
regular,
They said
mail.
I was overdue to go and get.
Overdue. What? You don't take things
Because
serious?
when you're 25, you gotta go. So
Bit too
it's
late
been
now,
a while.
buddy.
No, it's not too late. Anyways,
This guy doesn't understand how it works.
They're gonna do these ones.
Guy doesn't understand.
Right. Fam. So I was like, would that have been if Marwa was like, yo, okay, all my like personal mail that comes in, if you could just not open it for me. I was like, would that have been a weird boundary for her to?
how would you feel if I said that?
How would I feel if you
Yeah.
said? This is what I'm saying. I'm like, I hear that. Like, you should be the one to deliver me any news. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like even just if your own mail, you should be the one to open it and then share with me. But then I'm like, but why not? Like, shouldn't I just like what's mine is yours? You open my mail, but man, it might be hate mail. I know I don't want. If I see that, my was gonna hate it. You know what I mean? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I think the mail was very interesting because
But even outside of that, though, yeah.
that's the one that's actually could actually be. Yeah,
Some
is that,
serious-
is that a reasonable boundary to have?
That's what I'm saying.
I think it is because if it's a truth that pertains to me, I should know my truth first.
That's kind of where my mindset came.
You know what I mean? It's like, and then like
Anything as well, by the
obviously
way.
you're gonna tell me, yeah. But it's like
You know, you said obviously.
No, but like-
fingers crossed, you're gonna tell me.
Yeah, I would assume in a healthy relationship you're gonna be you're gonna tell me, but it's like it would be weird for me to tell you your truth,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
or like to even know about your truth before you do. That's just like what?
Now you're faking. You sealed the envelope back up, kind of vibes. You're moving
Yeah.
mad.
It's actually funny how
Yeah.
it works.
Like, cause I don't know. Like, imagine you're trying for a baby, and then like,
It
because
comes
this is
like
the
it's-
same context of like you just take the pregnancy test and you're like, hey, just pee on this real quick. I want to check something. Like, it
Yeah,
just seems
yeah.
wrong, you know? It's like no. She does that, and then she'll be like, hey, look at
And
this.
she'll let you know.
I remember, I think the other week, there was a mail from my brother. Yeah, my dad was very curious. He's like, I don't want to open it because that's your privacy.
Yeah.
My brother comes, he was like, this is him.
What,
Gives the
Pride
mail, was
Council of
"Guys,
Victoria."
it gives him. I don't even know what the mail was, but I walked out of my room because I was going somewhere, and then he was like, "Oh, there's a mail for your brother." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then he walks in. He gives him the mails like, "Open it, tell me what it is."
How bad could this mail have looked for him to be this serious
that's
and
why-
curious about it?
You know, so it's just hilarious. So it's funny, like this whole, I'm not going to open it, but I'm going to be here to find out
For
what it
you
is.
to open it, yeah.
You know?
You see, my thing is I don't open your mail at all, like just your day-to-day mail.
Yeah.
So for me to come now and open something that says, you know, Department of Health or whatever, like it's weird. Why am I so like jumpy
Even on the
that I
day-to-day
need
vibes.
to?
Day-to-day vibes, how?
For me, I'm like, I put it obviously on your desk because I'm like, if I open it, you might assume, oh, this thing has already been opened. I've already read it before, so you're never gonna attend to it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you see it and
Well, how
it's
messy do
there
you
and it's
think my
not
desk
open,
is?
no, it's not. It's
I
not
get
messy.
that, I
But
get
for me,
that,
it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, you should be the one to see it first. And if it is of importance, you'll tell me.
That's crazy.
I don't need
Yeah,
to jump
yeah.
on everything that you know.
On this desk, real quick, I really want you guys to see what I've done with the office, by the way. So when you can arrange for a time to come by, yeah, I really
it's not
love
nice.
you guys to see it.
A boundary,
Trying
huh?
to think of
Yeah.
The boundaries are
So-
hard to think of because I was like, I was trying to think of
Do you
something.
think you're on the open book vibes of everything?
I know I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really.
Oh
am.
no, okay, phone.
Yeah, I tell
Like-
people my password. Like as in
Yeah,
partners, I
yeah,
tell them
yeah,
my
yeah,
password.
yeah.
Like pretty much straight away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What about the, okay, is this a weird boundary?
yeah, that's it.
Very similar to what we were speaking about before. If someone tells me something, I'm not going to tell you what it is, right? So it's like, which is weird,
Got you. So like,
it's
so
like-
I tell Carl some information, then he goes hangs out with his girl, and she's
but
like,
I don't say
"Can-
anything
yeah,
on what's going on.
or
Yeah,
on like a vibe of
like, is
she's
that
like,
weird?
can you tell me what's happening with her? No,
Babe, this is my boundary. Oh.
I don't know, that would be kind of weird. I'd
You
say.
reckon?
I'd assert.
Like, because yeah, so I think that's another one that could be like that's understandable because that's not really you. That's
Yeah.
just more of you just telling me what's going on in other people's lives, right? So I can understand that boundary.
Answering calls.
What about that?
Like going into a different room.
No. Oh,
Or picking up the phone.
picking up
for
the
them.
phone for them. Thoughts?
Depends on who the person is.
Okay.
Like if I
Like
was
who's calling?
calling you and Marwa picked up,
Yeah.
I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But if I'm calling, I don't know, like someone I'm doing work with and their partner picked up, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Put that shit in his hand right now.
Put Ruth back on, please. Put Ruth. That one
was
only,
good, man.
only if I know who's actually calling.
Because I looked at the phone when her brother was calling at one time. I just watched it ring.
Nah, I would definitely pick. I was like,
Yeah, no, I was like, I should like, I was like,
I would've been, hey, it was good.
literally was like, just pick it up. I was like, that's all the whole time. I was like, what's wrong with me, bro?
that's
Making a beat with it, bro.
I don't even know that's bad. You just don't want to talk to him, bro.
Look at your head.
Yeah, and I was just deep, and I was like,
Yeah.
are there? I mean, there obviously should be bad. We always have this boundary conversation. I think it's the healthy thing as well nowadays to say boundaries. But I was like, what does that actually look like in that committed relationship sense? Like, what is that? I think what people more say is, I mean, it is what you're comfortable with. That's what a boundary is ultimately. But that just constant just communication, expectation almost maybe, or it never seems so hard and fast kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's, I don't know if this is semantics or I'm just,
I'm here for it.
I'm thinking about it right now. I think my perception of relationships versus a lot of people's perceptions of relationships, especially online, I think what you hear a lot of is like, my thing is two people come together. I'm open book, you're open book, we're open book. And as needed, we kind of go, you know what, let me just keep this little bit private. You can keep that little bit private. You know what I mean? Like, we just kind of agree on, like, you know, something. Whereas a lot of people kind of go, I'm individual.
Yeah.
And I'll let you see little parts. Right? My what's the word? My default is like, we're open book here.
Yeah, fair.
I think that makes it, because then it's even like when it comes to like finances and this and that, like my mentality has always been like, pool the money and then take a little bit each, you know? Like, it's not I make 100 and you make 80 or whatever. It's like, no, we make 180.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
it is kind of wild that people are, sorry, real quick, that, like, people are on the because, I think we are heavy on that individual.
They still like, I'm an individual.
Yeah, there is, but
Which makes sense, I guess.
I feel like, we do live in a times where it's like, I'm on the individual bag and it's like, you literally, your partner sees glimmers of you.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of interesting that's the way that we're framing it compared to maybe this is how we think and people around us on like everything's out there.
Because I don't know if you guys have seen the trend when it comes, this is more finance related on TikTok, where like people be like, how we split our like bills and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like Marwa would definitely have seen this. But it's like, you swipe through and they're like, holidays, he pays 80%, I pay 20, this, that, whatnot, rent, all this. And I'm just like, it's so weird, because in my mind it would just be like, well, it's just coming out of the one account. So it's like, we pay 4,000 a month. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, as opposed to like no one knows what they're putting in.
I literally just then I was like, oh snap, like, do I need to go have a sit down with mom? Like, should we figure out specifically? But I'm like,
But what's the point? Like, that's just strange to me.
I wonder what it is that, like, why people get to, I don't say that point, because it's not the point, it's just the way that they do it. But I wonder what what it must look like in their context for that to be the solution. Like, what brings the relationship to the point of like, that's what the setup is. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think if you're doing this, at the end of the day, I think religious, not religious, whatever, people find a sense of security in marriage and like serious commitment. You know what I mean? Like official commitment. And so it's like, once you're doing marriage things or things that we associate with marriage outside of marriage, like living together and all that kind of stuff, it's like there isn't that level of security. And that's when you got to still play the like, just in case I'm an individual here.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, in case something happens, we know that because I earn a little bit more, I've been putting in 60%, you've been putting in 40%, right? Our money's never pooled, because it's like, if we need a split, we just go separate ways. There's no headache here. There's no, hey, how much have we saved? Yeah, I put in 73% of that.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Like that. Whereas if you've done it in a marriage sense, full-on commitment is there. Again, religious or not religious, whatever. It's like just that level of commitment is there, that it's 100%. Like everything is everything for everyone.
Do you know what's the funny part about this? Just yesterday, I think someone was asking for like the wedding spreadsheets and stuff that I did while we were getting married, just all the documents and that we had. So I sent it to him. And then I stumbled upon our finances tracker that I used to have. And it's funny that finances tracker ended at August last year, which is when we got married, right?
Yeah.
So literally the last time that I tracked the finances in terms of splitting the credit card statements was August. I didn't even do it it happened subconsciously. It wasn't intentionally. And I was like, oh snap. Like when we looked at it, like literally I haven't gone back to the spreadsheet until then.
Good point.
Because after that it was just, hey,
Sold together.
we're here
Everything's
now.
together.
This house needs to stay afloat. Our lifestyles, our whatever, you know what I mean? All of this is our thing. And I was like, oh, yo, like, what did you even say? You were like, you were moving, like, you were saying something about me, like, yo, you're moving good. That's when you used to tell me how much I'd spent.
Yeah. Like that. He was tracking how much I was spending on the card.
Oh man, it was one of them ones. You know, like you don't even round up when you're putting it into the tracker. I put $73.37.
Oh gosh.
I feel like with stuff like that, I feel like we don't even think about it too much. We just go based on what we're used to, you know. And then I think down the line, because for me, I didn't really look at finances in a relationship too much in a marriage. But I think I've been exposed to different ways it can be done, because I'm understanding that different relationships or marriages do it in different ways. So then I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. Now there's actually different ways on going about this. Yeah. Now what's going to suit me and my partner better financially? You know what I mean? Because I think I'm not exactly sure how my parents did it, but I'm pretty sure my parents would have just taken that from how their parents did it and so on. So it literally just gets passed down in terms of how you're doing your finances, right? And then now when we're talking about one account, all the money you literally get paid into that one account, that doesn't come out of nowhere. You almost have to be exposed to the idea. Because remember, you're also coming from, well, at least my parents and their parents and so on, they're also coming from a culture where
It's only the money.
where my dad was working and my mom was holding the household down.
Yes.
Right? Especially in Africa,
I was
right?
going to say the same.
So it's not going to come out of nowhere where now she's working and then all of a sudden this is what it is. Right? But whereas for me, because that's how I view things, I'm like, okay, cool, this is probably the structure. And then along the way, I'm like, wait, hold on. It's how they grew up is not exactly how I'm grown up. Right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to do things the exact same way that they've done it. Right? So then I've been exposed to a different way of how finances in a, not so much in a relationship, because going back to that whole conversation of I'm an individual, I think that only applies in the finances side of things. Very similar to what you guys are talking about in terms of the credit card, in a relationship sense. Hey, this is how much you spend, right? So she might not even know how much money. For me, I don't think I'm fully closed with the finances, but I don't think I'm fully open as well.
Yeah, nah,
you know what I mean.
I only told her how much I was fully earning when it came
You
to
know,
wedding planning.
I think,
bro.
I think, yeah.
She had a range. She had a rough range before that.
So I think. Oh, Dad, you.
Nah, before when it came to planning for wedding, we gotta know what's going on.
Like you tell us, oh, damn.
What's the range? It's about $50,000 to $500,000 a year. Right.
But you get what I mean. So I think going back to the whole, because I think we're talking about this, we're talking about it more in a marriage sense. But if we bring it back down to a relationship sense, what does finance actually look like in that situation, right? In terms of individual.
Yeah, it only becomes important for like knowing joint when it comes to some of that commitment stuff. Before that,
but before that, I think that's
can you like, okay, maybe holidays or something like that. If it
where
comes
it's like,
to
can you
things
hold
like
this
that,
down? The money even fully know where you are financially.
just do you have this?
Yeah, it's like, it's cool. Like, I know that my partner is good, right? I think that's the only thing that remains as an individual. Everything else is like open book.
Yeah.
You'd hope so, but
yeah, I mean, you'd hope so,
days-
but that's, I think that, I don't know about for the ladies, but for the guys, that's probably the only thing I can think of.
before we jump into even top three, just in this whole, I was watching this. I don't know if you guys have seen it on Apple TV. We binged the whole series over the weekend. Presumed Innocent.
Innocent, bro. I've been meaning to watch
been
this.
seeing that
Right. Marwa's
everywhere.
been trying to make me watch it for a hot minute.
Apparently
We
it's
saved
incredible.
it.
It's good.
Okay.
It's really good. It's really well done. It wasn't shot in any special
who's
particular
the
way.
main
Jake
actor? Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal,
Yeah. It wasn't shot in any like crazy way or anything, but it's a pretty nice
It's good,
story,
yeah.
twist at the end kind of vibes.
So, yeah.
But man, our family is crazy, bro. Like owning one. Having one is a lot, bro. To just hold and handle and really pioneer and steer for yourself and figuring it out.
Yeah.
Especially as a man.
Yeah, let me
as
say, is it a
well.
spoiler? Obviously, the guy cheated.
Okay.
That's part of the show.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the whole show, part of it. Cheated. And I was just like, wow, man, you really can just pack up.
Everything.
Everything
And the way
in
it
that,
impacts
bro.
so much beyond.
Oh my
Just
gosh,
your family,
bro.
like,
the
it's-
show just shows it in a
it.
in a very interesting way. I was just looking at it like it's one of those where like I'm not here to cheat.
Yeah.
But I was like, Daniel,
I have to
don't
be extra
cheat.
careful.
Be careful to not cheat.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be on guard,
Yeah.
bro. What is it? Guard your salvation with fear and trembling.
Yeah.
Guard your marriage with fear and trembling, bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
Because honestly, like, it's that thing
Oh
of
my
like,
gosh.
everybody is capable.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
is capable. Everybody's capable to just make a bad decision, make a
bruh.
stupid decision,
Yeah.
entertain some thoughts or
Yeah.
people or whatnot. It's like, but you just like, smart people learn from their mistakes. Smarter people learn from mistakes of others, bro. And it's like we've seen so many mistakes of others. That's like,
jeez.
I would not be a smarter person if I didn't.
Literally, bro.
You know what
if
I
you
mean?
don't look
Of
at that
course.
and take note, like, them ones where like you look at someone and a mistake they make or whatever, or decision they make, and you're like, could never be me. but then you don't take note of what circumstances and situations are a
that-
part of that.
yeah.
And then you just
And then you look at it, you're like, wait, hold up, that could be me,
bro.
You know?
But literally, I was watching that, and I'm just like the ramification on the wife, the rest of the family, everything is work,
Community
all of that
and stuff.
community. And I was like, Daniel, you cannot do this, bro.
Delete Instagram now.
Nah, man. Like,
Your story. Go.
It's your truth.
Oh snap! Hey, I wonder if they watch the podcast.
I don't give a damn if they watch the podcast. I'll block them
sure.
anyway.
Sorry, man. Yep.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, this is a serious show, by
it's
the
funny.
way.
It's interesting, man. We'll see how we're here. You guys
It's
can tell
not
me how I
funny
should have.
because
It's not funny.
it's
It's not funny.
I think
just
it's
Marwa
ridiculous.
takes this as a threat on her life.
No, actually, don't. Wait. First of all,
Where do I go? Where
let
do
me
I go?
say something. I am standing strong. All right?
Period.
Anyways, I know
Don't
who I
play
am.
with his
Yeah.
zaddy.
I know my position. So I have.
Anyway, someone pulls up on me at an event. Someone pulled up on me. And they were like, yo, I've been looking at you. I've been watching you. I've been wanting to pipe you for a long time now.
Wait, don't say pipe you. Like, they don't want to pipe you. They want you to pipe them.
No, she said, I've been wanting to. Oh, but yes. Oh, it's a pause free zone.
Oh god.
Yo, yeah. She would say she wanted to do the deed.
Yeah.
I don't even know. To be honest, I've never seen her before in my life. This is my first time I saw her, and she was like, "Yo, I've been wanting to, you know, what I mean,
Crazy.
We wanted to get it on for a bit." I was bewildered. I was stunned. I was a deer in headlights, bro. I didn't know what to do there. I started sweating from my neck. I was like, "Okay, I'm married. Thank you." No. Oh my gosh, she opened with, "I know you're married."
Yeah.
But I've been watching
Treacherous.
and I was like, yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Crazy. That's actually
My
wild.
wife, I'm fine, thank you very much. And then she disappeared into the sunset. And then, bro, I was like, what just happened right now? Oh, that's not even the end. She then followed me. And then I believe it's her.
Followed you at
message
home or
no, whoa. On Instagram.
Let's show you're clear.
Yeah. And then message from a private with an appointment.
This one killed me because it was
Just
set for 6
treacherous. I
a.m.
tell
A
you
6 a.m.
that.
appointment sometime, some Saturday in October, saying, yo, if you ever know, she said
Let me
I'm
suck
mad.
the black off it, daddy.
Oh my god.
She pretty much said, if you ever want me to throw it down, you know where to find me.
Crazy.
Expeditiously, I blocked. I didn't waste a single time. It was one of those Joseph, Potiphar's wife kind of
just
things.
run.
First of all, I can't believe Potiphar's wife really tried to stick it on him and then blamed him and put him in prison, bro. That's one of those
Girls don't
throwbacks
take
that
rejection well.
Girls don't take
Girls
rejection.
don't take
That's
rejection well.
literally what guys do.
You set up an
What?
appointment. That's crazy.
That's what guys do when they get rejected and they start saying, "Oh well, you're
You
a
ugly, ma.
Wait, yeah,
Anyway,
but they don't just accuse them of.
same but different.
It's really not the same
It's literally not the same. He goes to his home. He says, "This."
She ain't even cool anyways, man. This one, you end up in prison. What?
Yeah, that's me.
But yeah, blocked expeditiously. And I didn't even tell Marwa straight away after I blocked it. I just blocked. I was like, boom, put that away. Because I think we're getting ready for church. I said, let me make sure this isn't a nice time to let them know this. You got to curate the scene.
You didn't even tell me.
Someone told you?
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
No, you know what happened?
Did I tell you?
We were standing in a circle,
No,
we were
yeah.
chatting, and I
No,
think he
I-
sent screenshot.
No,
yeah?
so this what
Oh,
happened.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
So this
yeah.
what happened. So we're in a circle, yeah, literally after church. Myself, Marwa, and Noor, right? They were talking, and I put out my phone, and then you made a comment. You sent a screenshot, then you made a comment. I laughed out loud.
yeah.
Both of them
What's
looked at
going
me.
on?
They're like, "What are you laughing at?" Right? So I had to show them, and then
Yes.
Marwa was like, "What was this?"
Oh, my days.
So that's how she found out. I couldn't control my laugh, bro.
Yo.
Yes, and look, my thing was when it first happened, he came and told me when we were
At the
at
end
the
of the event.
venue, at the end of the event.
Of course.
And now I was mad because I'm like, why are you waiting until the person has left the building?
Needs to be done.
Because I didn't know who this person
Would you have
was.
thrown hands?
No. I just wanted to see. I wanted to see who this
That's fair.
treacherous person was.
I
like,
agree.
how dare you stand there with confidence and say these type of things to someone who's married?
Slut?
Don't leave the time. Let that one run.
I think we do. Like, genuinely. Like, who
It's
starts it with,
treacherous.
I know you're married.
It's
But,
actually
Like,
so.
like genuinely, I hope you're watching. Correct your life.
No,
That's
seriously.
disgusting.
Let's say find
seriously,
God.
get it together.
Find God, literally.
Like,
God.
get it together. But I was like, yeah, why would you not tell me so I can look at this person in the eye and make them feel uncomfortable and let them know that I know? Because now the person has just gone off, and then hello, they felt comfortable
Funny
enough
story for their
to follow
friends
up.
to to tell their friends kind of thing. Like
Exactly.
I told him.
Exactly. And then I even asked him, I said, okay, how did you respond? Yes, you told me what you responded with, but were you smiling? Were you laughing? Were you like trying to act like, oh, haha, jokey? Because you know, in those moments, everything counts.
Yeah,
The whole
everything
response
does
hear that,
count, but
yes.
it's also a very like uncomfortable and like
Yeah,
random
I
situation
actually
to be
felt
thrown
uncomfortable,
on you.
genuinely.
Like I can understand like a giggly response just because it's like what. You know what I mean? Like
Bro, she did not agree
No,
whatsoever.
she's like, there's no giggling over here, bro.
Yeah,
She
nah,
wanted that.
It's funny, man.
Nah,
She
in those moments,
She wanted daddy to
Cool.
sprint.
She wanted
It's-
RKO, bro.
And say, no.
yeah.
She wants you to run to her and say, hey.
You want me to run like
But,
this?
you know,
Hey, does that change how you're going to approach the situation next time?
Not oh, what do you mean by that?
As in, like,
Before I just incriminate
no,
myself right now.
because clearly she was like, hey, I want you to run to me straight away and tell me.
Oh,
Right? And then, so next time,
Nah, so I asked the girl actually. I was like, "What should I have said in this situation?" Like this before I even told I'm giving too much context, but I was just like, "Yo, like this just happened. What should I have said?" She's like, "Just say that's disrespectful, and you should don't say that to me again." I said, "I'm probably gonna say that." I'm like, first of all, that's pretty disrespectful.
yes, thank you.
Jeez Louise.
Thank you. No, that's my girl, bro. She had my back.
she's trying to put the context down there.
So bad, bro.
now people can narrow down
But
their
I was
events.
like, yeah, I'm gonna be on the vibe of like,
But
first of all,
I
you're
feel
being
like you need to be
disrespectful.
mean.
Yeah. No, with you.
No, you're so ugly.
No, but then now it's like if she was a bad Dina.
Nah, but then she
Daniel,
does say she has
you
No,
freaking
wait, no, I'm saying
What
no.
the hell?
No, I'm saying.
dumb?
Oh my gosh, you're not
Don't
understanding.
piss me off.
Look. First, relax. What I'm saying is.
No, don't say that.
If I
What
say
the
that,
hell?
no, you goofy. I'm saying if I'm just saying you're ugly,
She's
means
still ugly.
listen.
Bro, you have to be mean. You have to be like, ew, you think with a forehead like that you have a chance?
This is what so that's
Disgusting.
what I'm saying. Now for her, it's just like, oh, this is just a looks thing. So he's like, if the situation was different, he'd be down.
It doesn't matter. No.
not about
no.
rationality,
No,
bro.
no,
The
no.
guy said if she was
Not
a
making
bad
her-
No,
That's
I'm not
dumb.
saying if she's a bad Dina to me.
Yes, you are.
No, you goofy.
No. What he's saying is like
That's not
then
enough
in
of
her
a-
mind.
yeah.
She
Guys,
knows
just
that there's
try
a
and
girl.
mansplain this nonsense
No,
to
we
me.
have to.
First
We
of
have
all,
to.
No,
first
that's
of
not
all-
what mansplaining is.
Hey,
I'll
see-
tell you what mansplaining is.
I'm gonna faint. I'll laugh you up. I'm gonna faint.
Oh, come on.
You guys are
pass out, bro. I
idiots.
didn't
Now I'll tell you what he's
Idiots.
saying is that if he tells her she's ugly, then in her mind she goes, "Oh,
This is just
if there's a girl
contextual.
that's bad enough, this guy will."
Exactly. I'm saying it's
'Cause
not. I don't have.
No,
a
I'm saying
because
is-
you're not just saying that
cares?
they're
She
ugly.
just needs to feel bad.
You're
That's
not just
okay,
saying
yeah.
you're not just saying that they're ugly. You're saying that's
Your
very
spirit is
disrespectful. I'm married
Jezebel.
and you're ugly anyways. So she knows.
No,
Yeah,
anyways,
I
it's
hear that.
crazy.
No,
Okay, not
I hear
anyways.
that.
As in like, yeah, but you're ugly.
And on top of that, 3.
Yeah, just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Think about it. 3 out of 10,
She's a
boy.
3 out of 10.
Damn.
Why are you
Yeah.
rating
What a
Good
things?
day.
That means
Anyways,
she knows that you're looking up and down.
Crazy. Couldn't get past
That's
the
a good
forehead.
point. That's a good point. That's
Don't
a
say-
good point.
Oh,
it's maybe because for me, I'm like the way that I would respond is I'd go and
think
tell
you
Daniel
respond like that
and
way.
I'd point the person out. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's
a bit,
that's the person that did that. And for me, I also be like, oh no, like that's very disrespectful. I would say that.
yeah, I said I'm.
for me,
I'm
I
I'm
would
fine,
actually
thank you
say
very
that.
much. I've got
So
my wife. That's what I said. But it'd be scary if
I'm fine. I have my wife. Thank you very much. Can you do a twirl real quick?
I walk that way. I would say, yeah, it's crazy if a guy does that, like, because that's a threatening situation in my mind. That's very threatening.
Well,
you know
I think
what
the thing is,
like, it's the
I don't know, because all of this just depends on the person that you're doing. Because again, this is where you got to be careful when you have that kind of energy. It's like you don't know who you're talking to.
Like,
Right? There are girls that are willing to throw down over this kind of behavior. There's also if guys that are willing to approach this way. You don't know who her boyfriend is. You know what I mean?
right? Yeah.
Like as
yeah,
in
yeah,
you approach a girl on a vibe of like, yo, money, do you want to come back? Like,
And guys
then
take that very-
Her man's some 6'8" lebo, tatted up, whatnot, and he's gonna come bang your head.
I bang on my head, bro.
You know?
Brother, I know a guy want to scrap someone
I hear it.
because another guy said happy birthday to him.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
no,
Nah, that's
I don't
wild.
hear it.
That's
I don't
a bit
hear it.
wild.
I don't hear it anymore.
that's a bit wild.
I mean, it depends. Depends on the context.
Of what?
It's her ex, abusive,
Happy
blah
birthday.
blah.
Oh, that's different. That's
yeah.
different.
Happy birthday and a slap on the cheeks.
On the
That's
cake.
crazy.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah. Hey, that's my cake.
But
Yeah.
it does become a very different story when it's a guy approaching the girl. Because, yeah, you're right. Like,
But then
you
even
don't know
but
the
even then,
partner.
it's like girls approaching a guy this way. Like you like there's so many girls out there that like are physically violent as well when it comes to stuff, and they will
That's how it gets dangerous.
pull you out of the venue by your hair.
Yeah, the difference is obviously someone that knows I'm married versus like, okay, we're not saying people don't pull up on people that you just interested in.
Innocently
But
like
it's-
trying to make a move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Because
different.
I'm just like,
Because
I was like, this person has to be.
Yeah.
The breath was woofing like liquor. by the
Hey,
way. Woofing, bro.
here's the thing. If
Let's
someone,
not use liquor as an excuse for them though, because they still followed up with the message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably was still lit then.
Hey guys, what's better than eating a mandarin?
What?
I tried to rear it.
Never mind.
What?
Eating a mandarin out.
I knew it was. I was trying to rearrange.
Sorry.
Hey man, if you got that, you got that for real.
Yeah,
Stupidest joke, but it makes me laugh every time.
but,
Sorry,
but
continue.
if anyone was to approach someone on that vibe, it tells me that they're also ready to scrap up as well.
Yeah, like they're just a messy person.
Yeah, like because they come and say, "I know this,
But-
but I still, that means
But
that they're
for
ready
real,
to-
bro, man.
They're ready to go like this.
Bro, God, that thing. 'Cause
Yeah,
it was
you
even
have
just when I saw the beautiful moments in the show. I forgot we started there. It was he was like, putting the quilt on his the blanket on his daughter when she's falling asleep on the bed. I'm like, on the couch. Sorry.
Like, why would you ruin that?
Why would you ruin this?
Why would you ruin
This
that?
is
Why
show
would
now,
you
bro. I'm
ruin
so
this,
confused.
bro? Back to the show. Yeah, I
Because
didn't.
I was thinking, I was like, bro,
Nah, I didn't link the meetings in
I was
October.
that event,
bro.
who's doing this?
Yeah, no. Marwa, chills just for content.
I was so
But yeah, he put the blanket on his daughter and like I'm just like, these are the moments that you just you want to cherish and hold. But I'm like, it is crazy to not try to guard something like this because that's what's on the line, bro. There was a really beautiful line in the movie. I forgot. I should have written it down, but it was something along the lines of like pretty much. I mean, there was two bangers. Yeah, what?
No.
What?
It's just not worth the joke.
I want to
Keep
hear
going.
it. All right. There were two bangers. One of them was about shame. Shame is something you put on yourself. Guilt is something that you feel because you're truly sorry. And he's like, I know you feel ashamed. I don't know if you feel guilt about your decision. I was like, fuck. But then another one was like, you looked at all of this around you. It clearly means you didn't value that because this is what you had on the line or something like that. And I was just like, fudge me, bro. Yeah,
Big mess up.
just imagine,
That and also like then the flip side of it, just imagining how much it would break me if my partner did that.
yeah.
But I don't know if I'd ever be the same. Like I actually would never be the same. Like I'm melting at that point. Like just imagine you have this beautiful home, family, everything, and you find out your wife's been doing X, Y, Z.
You said that would break you, yeah?
It would finish me.
Yeah.
Because that happened. I don't know if it's a spoiler as well, but like
Oh, man, don't do those things.
something happened. I won't say what. Like it might be exaggerating, but then also he felt the effects.
Don't
of
be doing
it
those
too.
things, bro. You're doing too much.
Hey, bro, the show's been out for so long.
Yeah,
no,
it's been
but
out
for
for
you
a
guys,
long
that's
time,
okay.
bro.
Bro, first
I'm
of
not
all, it's on
spoiling
Apple.
anything.
What is that? An Apple?
Can I be
Yeah.
honest?
Yeah.
I thought it was about murder. That's why prison.
no, it is.
Oh, you're ruining more.
No,
see?
no,
You
the
literally
murder's
ruined
at
the
the start of the
whole
show, bro.
Yeah,
Presumed
because I just
innocent,
literally
presumed
saw. I read a little bit. I was like, "There's murder here."
Yeah, no, the murder's
I
at
haven't
the
heard you
beginning.
guys
There's a
say
lot.
about-
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's themes
Okay.
in it. No, it's actually good. It's good.
It
I was
is.
telling Marwa, I was like, oh, finally a Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he's not a weirdo. So fine, he's a weirdo, bro.
always a weirdo.
He's always a weirdo. I literally said that first episode.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's actually normal. This is good.
He's
Pretty wrong.
He's a good actor.
But he's good. I love him. Love him. Man. What are you saying?
No.
Yeah?
Do you guys see the what Trump announced yesterday?
Yesterday, no. But I added a Trump clip into a recent clip for us. So I just laughed again. What's he
did he
doing
say?
now?
Bro,
Oh, no. Oh?
it's actually a beautiful initiative.
Noor's on it.
Okay.
And 100%.
Noor's
100%.
on it.
If I was in America right now, I don't. It's so tough.
Yeah.
They're both clowns.
You're voting Trump. Trump.
I'm not comfortable voting either.
Do we have an independent?
But if you were
But
to
if you
go
have to.
strictly policy, I actually don't mind his policies.
Okay.
Strictly, I just hate how polarizing he is.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's really bad for society as a whole. But
Right.
policy, straight up policy, I think he actually, like when you're talking finance, when you're talking whatever else, I think he is better, and at least, maybe, again, I don't trust any politician, so whatever, but it's like seems a little bit more transparent.
Dude, we had, real quick before you announce it, I had the craziest like discussion with my dad and Leop about Trump. Like, if you're on this, it would have been a good convo for you to be a part of.
Because one thing that I think I appreciate now is that like in general, ethnic minorities are not just doing the whole "we're not with him because we're not with him."
Yeah.
You know, like a lot. Like I think we've realized how many of our parents are like, they really like this guy,
Yeah.
right? No, and I say this as someone who's like, my dad is similar to me, where he's like the policies I are okay and whatnot. My mom's like, I hate this guy, right? Like, so it's like everyone's everywhere on it, you know. But basically, yesterday he announces if they get elected, they're gonna make any like the healthcare provider or the insurance provider for people's healthcare completely subsidize all IVF treatments in America.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I was like, that's actually so dope.
Because usually it's very expensive.
Yeah.
It's
to
bro, it's
do
an
that.
expensive process.
Yeah,
And like
very.
like
What
I
else?
was literally thinking about it, like, man, if you're somebody that's like going through that journey,
Yeah.
nothing in the world means more to you than that journey.
Of course.
Right? And so it's like you would honestly vote for this guy off the strength of that.
Yeah.
Because like people are paying 80,000,
Wow.
100,000, 40,000, well, like whatever it is, people pay a lot of money for it to not even work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't look into the full on details.
No, I just did stats on like how common is IVF
Good.
in America. Well, this might just be a success rate because IVF is obviously not 100% guarantee. But IVF assisted pregnancies constitute 2.5% of all births in America.
That's pretty high.
For the amount of
So,
people.
but I was just
That's
gonna say,
pretty high.
How many people does the population?
Because that is almost like it. Like if we were to think,
That's like 350
fly from
million
place
as
to
well,
place. All right, so here the idea is have a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of us would just say through normal methods, right? If I was to say fly from place to place, most of us are thinking airplane. Yeah. IVF is like taking a helicopter.
Right.
You get it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like, so if 2.5% of people were taking a helicopter, you'd be like, that's a lot.
Making it all free is fully subsidized. It's kind of wild.
Yeah,
It's
that's huge.
That's,
man.
It's
a lot of
life changing
expense
for
on there
people.
for sure, for
Like, because imagine like there's so many people that just can't afford it, right? And obviously with healthcare being the way it is around the world, but especially like in America, it's like imagine like, you know, your couples that aren't earning very much, whatnot. It's like those people would literally be like, we're just not gonna have a kid.
Yeah.
Like chances are, you know. Whereas like now they're like,
They can.
That's a pretty nice.
you know, like obviously I don't know the ins and outs of the details and the fine prints of like this thing, and this could be another thing where like politics is politics. And it's
What
like,
was everyone's reaction to that? If you know,
I think people in general were like, yo, this is pretty dope.
okay.
Yeah.
You know what I find crazy just on this, like, this kid's like bag a little bit, especially around this trying for babies kind of thing, yeah? Like, it's interesting how it's like it's okay, because having a child for the most part is should be, at least we believe,
Part of the process.
should be a decision rather,
Okay.
right? In terms of like we believe that we are ready
Now is
to.
the time.
Now is the time. This might get into that John Cena bag, to be honest, but we
I
might
was
do
gonna
that.
say,
Might
yeah.
do that after top 3 if you want. It should be a decision, yeah, in terms of like, yeah, just being ready and ready as much as you can be, like just as a union, whatever. That I want to have a child. I want to now parent someone, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so wild how like it's almost sometimes painful. And this goes back to that talking about the lot of life that a lot of people have. I think you mentioned it, yeah, how your dad said that it was very easy. It's always, it seems like the people that just always really, I guess the hunger comes from the lack of, but they're hungry to have a child and burning for it. And then they're going through it. But then like, I'm even thinking now, like, you hear about just how many people we know within community, peripherally, whatever, and it's like they're popping them out. I'm like, fam, how are you?
So lucky.
Not lucky. How are you the one that is just like this? You know, a little bit of eugenics, a little bit sometimes, bro. Like it's like, fam, you should not be a parent right now.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Got you. Yeah, sorry.
They're popping them. The people that don't are popping, and their parents are looking after the children that
Like
they should be
unwise,
instead.
careless,
Unwise, careless, bro. Leaving, crazy things. And it's like, it
people that
must
live,
hurt so much for the people that are burning and, like I said again, maybe the hunger and the want comes out of the fact that it's not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's clearly structures in place. There's a want and a readiness
I think
for
also
it.
at the end of the day, like I know some people say they don't want kids, and I believe them when they say they don't want kids.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't want kids, you shouldn't have kids. But I would say at its core, it is reasonable to say like that is the animalistic purpose of being a human.
Yeah.
Is to reproduce.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And so like something we would generally say something is wrong with your body if you are unable to reproduce. And I think that is also a very confronting
reality.
thing and reality for people. Like it's like wait, why can't I? Again, this has nothing to do with people's value. It's just like a healthy male body should produce a right amount
Healthy
of sperm.
sperms, yeah.
Or a healthy female body should produce the right amount of eggs or
Viable
be able
sperm as well, too,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like all that kind of stuff. And so it's like, I think people deep down just like there's like an innate thing where you're like, life feels like I should be able to do this thing.
Yeah.
Why, you think
But it's crazy that
it's not fair.
Like, for
or-
example, no, it's a bit of it
But
looks a bit
you
unfair.
could say that with
Yeah.
generally everything. I mean, this situation is the kids, but also another situation could be where someone is at financially as well for different situations.
Those seem a bit different
think
because
there's
there's a
different-
degree of control when it comes to these things.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to just literally genetics or time, you know what I mean? These kind of things. It's like,
I mean-
this is a very simple act. People like sounds crazy, but a 14-year-old even can get someone
Yeah.
pregnant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like this isn't on a how hard you worked, what your morals were, what your values were.
It's
what you
completely
put in
outside
place.
your biology.
It's outside of control when it comes to something like this.
This
So
is
I'm like,
this is Steve Jobs getting cancer.
But no,
Right?
no,
You're
no,
with
no,
all the money in the
Nah,
world,
nah,
with all the
exactly.
everything in the world, with
I
everything.
think-
It's like, bro, you still can't.
what
beat.
control did you have? Over how your balls are operating?
No. Because if you look at, because we're talking about it in this context, in this society, yeah. But if you're just looking at it overall, people who are in particular places who don't have these opportunities, they're like, hey, I don't have control over me being here or the access to education,
Yeah.
the access to that.
I hear
compared
that.
to someone who was born in the US or someone that was born here, have access to Centrelink and they don't have control over
Yeah,
that.
nah,
You know,
I hear that.
you know what I mean? Whereas if we're talking about all in this same place, I agree.
That's what I'm. So when I'm
but-
talking from this frame, I'm talking about the context of what we live in and the
Where we
society
are.
that we're in right now. That it's like I see how that would burn.
Oh,
bro,
yeah,
when
yeah.
it's
I mean,
like
if you look, yeah.
you're just constantly seeing like maybe at the shelter.
Well,
or
there's
something.
funny
they're
enough.
just
There's
popping.
this book my dad he gave it to me, but I never read it. But it's called "Is God to Blame?" And basically, the author she's like saying like her whole struggle with like getting pregnant and stuff. I think that's
Yeah.
how the book starts. And she was saying it's crazy. Like I've gone through so many miscarriages, whatnot, and I'm ready. And I waited till marriage to even have sex and this and that. And like 35 years old now, it's like and still no children, whatnot. And then it's like there's an 18-year-old that just gets pregnant and on a drunken night out decides she doesn't want to abort it, that kind of thing. And I'm like literally dying internally for this thing. And it's like there's someone out there that's like just so flippant with it, you know? And like she was just saying like that it's that feeling that you're talking about where it's like you're just seeing this happen left, right, center, right? Some keep it, some don't keep it. Some are 18, some are 16, some are 25, some are whatever. And it's like they're not waiting for marriage. They're not in the right situation. They're not whatever, all this kind of stuff. And it's like me who's done everything right or whatever. And it's like, I just can't. And it's like, what the heck?
Madness, bro.
It would be a crazy feeling. Be a crazy feeling.
It
You got
is.
people like John Cena,
And I guess,
actually,
yeah,
we do top three
I guess
if you
that's
wanna-
why with John Cena, it's actually been a while now
Yeah.
that this conversation around kids for him
doesn't
has been going on.
You know, it's funny that like this.
Like, why are we all entitled to
Yeah.
that conversation on him?
On John Cena? Like let the guy finish wrestling and let him act. Like, why do we care what John Cena's
strange.
Does he
family
still wrestle?
planning is? No, like he's finished wrestling, but like he's in his acting bag now. Like I guess. Is this thing where now we're looking for the
Entitlement,
personality?
yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for the personalities now behind everyone,
Yeah.
compared to just tapping into them because they're an actor. Or you know,
Yeah,
it's
I
crazy.
guess so. I guess so.
Free the guy, man.
But he recently said this thing where he was like, I don't think I'm personally ready, nor will I ever be, to invest the time it needs to be a great parent because I want to live life for all it is. So for a few years now, he was dating another wrestler and they had like a show and was just kind of following their life and, you know, just their day-to-day type of thing. But one of their main storylines, or I guess things that was based around the show, was him not wanting kids, but she wanted kids, right? And it was one of those convos where you could tell she really wanted children and he really didn't, but she was like, you know what, I'm gonna put that to the side because I love you, because I want to be with you. And they were together for a few years, like quite a few years. The show was running for a few seasons as well, and you just kind of saw them like go through ups and then downs, and then she would like have mental breaks in between because, you know, that desire for wanting kids was still there. And it was like you're kidding yourself trying to say that I don't
100%.
want it anymore, you know, I'm going to go into this relationship relationship, because he was very very firm.
And you
could
have to
tell.
believe people when they tell
Yeah,
you.
of
Also, like a
course,
48-year-old
of
man or whatever he was, 44
Yeah,
at the time,
yeah.
whatnot. It's like,
If
one,
he's telling you.
you're not going to change his mind. But two, like, do you really want to make this guy a dad at 45?
Yeah.
Like, is that what you want for your kid?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Or even like making someone who doesn't want to be a parent.
Literally,
a parent.
that's
Like that's
crazy.
never a good idea. But anyways, like some of the comments that people were just like leaving underneath,
Did they
Yeah.
end up splitting or are they still together?
they split and
Yeah,
she
I
had a
remember.
kid. So she went and had a relationship
Wow.
and she ended up
Yeah.
having a kid pretty much straight away after.
right.
Yep.
So you could tell that that
Yeah,
was something
yeah.
that she really, really
I
wanted
remember
to
when
do.
that happened, and then I think they were trying to blame him or something like that, and then everyone's like, "Bro, he did say."
Yeah, he said he
Yeah,
didn't
that's
want
why
it.
It's not his fault, but
It's
at the
not
same
his
time, like, I
fault.
think I would, if I can sense someone's just changing for me, it's hard, but it's like, you kind of just have to go like, hey, I don't think this relationship's good for either of
For
us in the
either,
long
yeah,
run.
yeah.
Because, like, you're losing something. That's, sorry, before you jumped in.
No,
That's
go.
the whole thing with Jeannie Mai.
Oh, what?
Do you remember this? Like, she was married before Jeezy.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Jeannie.
And
yes.
her whole thing with that guy, he wanted kids.
Yeah,
and she
and
was
she
like, I
didn't.
don't ever want kids.
Yeah.
Ever. Divorces him within a year or two.
Like a
gets
few
with,
months, he had a child. Yeah.
she gets with Jeezy and
then
has a
she
kid with
gets-
Jeezy.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like,
Damn.
that, bro, like at that point, like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
that would hurt as the first husband. Like,
Yeah.
wait, so it's me you don't want kids
Because
with.
they were together for
Yeah.
like 10 years or something.
Yeah, and now obviously her and Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's tough, real quick, because
Yeah.
now
Yeah,
it
time
comes
ago.
down to like, are you? Yeah, I think the split. Yeah, it's very tough because like, do you not want this because you actually don't want it, or do you not want it with that
me.
person?
With that
Which is
person.
very hard.
I feel like you don't need to try to discern it though.
Because sometimes it's very hard to even know.
I don't think it's your business to try to figure it out.
But
Why?
either way,
Yeah.
if it's
Facts.
But either way,
either way,
Yeah, I
they
know.
don't
either
want-
way, something is
You
not
don't want
working
one
with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm,
You get?
I'm talking about for the person.
For sure, yeah, rationalizing it for you,
For
yeah.
her, because she could have left that relationship a while ago if she knew she didn't want kids with him.
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
but at that moment she thinks that she didn't want kids at all,
Yeah.
but not realizing not with him, and then so which is why she ends up getting with Jeezy.
Yeah.
She ends up
But
having a kid with him.
That's why I like the thing of like when people tell you who they are, believe them kind of thing.
Believe,
Because it's
yeah.
like, all right, 'cause, it's
Yeah,
for two
we-
reasons.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
all right, sure. Yeah, and it can be a number of different things. Even a simple one. Let's even take it to before even being in a relationship. Yeah, cool.
Because with these pregnancy things, it's like, if she doesn't want a kid full stop, or if she doesn't want a kid with me, she doesn't want a kid with me either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One just bruises
Full
my
stop.
ego a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the reality is she doesn't want a kid
doesn't
with
want a
me.
kid, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want kids. I can't be here and she shouldn't be here.
For sure.
That's
I was gonna say is even before relationships, it's one of those ones as well. Like talking. I'm interested in a relationship. I'm not ready yet. Yeah?
it. Brother, what do
It
you
can
mean?
either be
Yeah.
like if you're ready and like you're ready for this stage right now, maybe go find someone that is right now kind of thing, yeah? I'm not ready yet should tell you either, they're not ready yet, and I don't know when that is. I'm not necessarily even willing to wait. Maybe you are.
100%.
Or it might tell you, I'm not ready to jump into that with you, or I don't want to jump into that with you. Either way, again,
you don't want.
yeah.
This is a whole separate conversation.
It's tough.
Probably won't dive into it now, but this idea of before you get into a relationship, someone tells you this. How do you know if you're okay to accept this and proceed with the relationship without that affecting you later on?
Yeah.
Because clearly in these situations, they thought they could accept it, and then down the track, like, I really can't do
can't,
this. You know,
yeah.
they get married together for 5 years and like, hey, nah, I actually can't. Leaves, gets a new partner, have kids, right? So now going back to that initial question is like, how do you even know that you're okay with accepting this and that you can keep the relationship going knowing this person doesn't want kids or knowing this person's family is like this, right? Which is a very complicated thing, but yeah, like I said, it's a whole different conversation.
I'm just thinking, I'm like,
It's
yeah.
tough.
It gets complicated.
It is tough.
Dog,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
you're
to know
sorry.
yourself, man.
The comments,
Yeah, let's read the comments.
Yeah, let's read some of the comments.
Well, I mean, it was like not 50-50. It was definitely skewed more in one way, where a lot of people were saying like, oh, what's wrong with him? Why is he not trying to have kids? But some of the
his
comments
status,
were like
bro.
50-year-old acting like he's in his early 20s,
Oh my
down.
days.
And then another one was like, it's responsible to recognize that you're not a person that should have kids, which is, you know, definitely fair to say. And then another one said more people should have this conversation before having kids. Having kids is a responsibility, and a lot of parents just bring kids to suffer. People should be both economically and emotionally okay to have kids. And I
he's
guess, yeah,
economically
for him, it's like he's recognized that I don't want kids. The idea of life that I have in my mind does not include bringing children into this world.
Yeah.
And it's like, fair enough. If if he's putting that statement out there, whoever his next relationship is going to be, they need to know that this is where he stands.
100%. I would
don't try to
definitely
change it.
challenge the line of thinking because there's a little part of me
Just
that goes
understand
like,
why.
yeah, like I would love to understand why. Because like there's a part of me that goes like, what? Because what was this exact thing? Like I want to live life to the fullest.
Oh yeah. I want to live
Yeah.
life for all it is.
all
That
it
part
is.
I was wondering.
Okay,
that
so
part.
because
Yeah.
for me, right, and not just for me, I would say generally, life being all of it is experiencing all of life, right?
Yeah.
So a big part of experiencing life is then becoming a parent and one day a grandparent, hopefully, and all this kind of stuff. That's still part of experiencing life for all it is, right? My thing is just like, I'm also like, this guy's been a millionaire for years and famous for years and all this kind of stuff. What have you not experienced yet that having a kid would stop you from experiencing, right? One thing I can understand, right, is if he has this thing of like, for example, if he's like, I love sleeping around, right? So I don't ever want to be in a marriage situation. I don't want to bring kid into something outside of a marriage. I can understand that because that's not beneficial for the kid, right? But that doesn't seem to be the case because he likes the long-term relationship.
Yeah,
I mean, if he was in one, I mean, I would assume, this is all me just assuming things, right? So it's like, so you're not against the long-term relationship, right? And I would assume there's nothing that you haven't experienced or can't experience now. Like, I mean, even like, okay, I want to keep traveling. Cool. Pay for a nanny to come with you, right? Pay her $100K a year, whatever. Like, it's going to cost you nothing, right? That's where it's like, I just don't understand the line of thinking that goes like, I would not be able to experience life to its fullest if I did have mini Cena.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that the life for all it is thing is like, because I hear you where you're saying that you, in your line of thinking, for you have the belief that having kids is part of that life for all it is conversation. I would say not necessarily, but I would challenge the idea of why do you think kids limit life for you? Because then that's the real core of what it is. It's not the fact that you think that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, because kids for some people help to fulfill that.
Maybe
For
he
some
doesn't want to
people,
slow down.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, for some people, kids are a part of that life for all it is. For some people, the community impact that they've had is part of that life for all it is, and they're fully satisfied. For some people, it's the career and the impact that, you know what I mean? Like, all of those kind of things. So it's like, it's his framing or his understanding of what life for all it is. There's clearly a limiting factor that kids play in that. And the question should now then be like, if I was in my therapist's bag, I'd be like, why do you think kids hold you back? Because your answer to that gives us all that we know for that. Because for sure, is it slowing down? Is it, you know what I mean? It's clearly not a financial burden. It's something else into that.
I mean, I can understand it because I mean, you sort of have to work around kids, you know, when you do have kids, and I'm pretty sure he probably experienced that with his friends. Hey, bro, let's fly over to Hollywood and let's shoot this movie. Yeah, no, I actually can't. I actually got my kids' graduation. I actually can't because I have this, you know, because typically, again, when you have your own family, you're actually working around your family structure.
Yeah.
You know, you know, and
But it's crazy to limit a whole life decision on like instances like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's also because
100%.
everyone around you moves on. You know what I mean? Like, this is like the guy that just
it's
can
clearly
never get
possible.
over haps. And then
Nah,
suddenly
that's
all his
slightly
boys are in
different.
serious relationships and whatnot. It's like people start moving on, and then what? When you're just the guy that's old and
with your partner, it's not so bad.
like, it's not the worst, obviously. Like, again, none of this is a criminal offense, but it's like, like, I just don't
Should we make it a criminal offense? That's
have
crazy.
to have kids. Of course.
Down.
I don't know. I just challenge the thinking because I'm just
Yeah.
like,
He's a grown
Someone
man.
raised a fair point in comments there. They're like, what's the point of him having kids if they won't even see him?
Oh god! If you don't get the reference, yeah.
Oh, sorry, man. Father's Day, dad jokes and that. You get me?
Oh, my
Yeah. Hey, man, let's do this top 3 or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it.
Oh, man.
Let's do it. All right, guys.
1 hour read.
Bad.
I know. Welcome to a new month. Welcome to the month of September. For those who have been listening with us for a while now, we actually just recently celebrated 5 years of doing the podcast. Yay!
That was a long time
Last
ago.
month. It was last month.
Nah, it was like July, dog.
bro, it was May.
Wait, the 8th.
May for conception.
Our first episode dropping, guys.
First episode dropped in July.
Episode.
July 19th, I think, or
The 8th.
13th.
I think it was like 8.
8th
Month
of
of
what?
the 8th, which is...
Nah, it was July.
No, I
That's
just
all right.
checked.
Yeah.
Okay, July, whatever. Anyways, so we just clocked over 5 years. So today we're going to see how well you guys
Oh,
know our
snap.
podcast episodes.
Did we do a quiz once? I think it was maybe episode 50.
When intern V was here.
Intern V. Was it episode 50 then? Yeah. Wow, shout out
We've
to
been
them.
doing
mate.
this thing
All
too
right.
long.
Intern J.
So today's top 3, we're going to do pretty simple, pretty easy one, I reckon. So? It may be. All right, our top 3 today is top 3 most viewed episodes.
Oh, jeez.
So
do you-
surely...
Yeah.
I
You
should just be
guys-
myself for this, clearly.
Episodes or like the mini episodes?
Just everything that we've put
All
out.
videos that are up.
All that we've put out on our channel.
3?
Top 3
Yeah,
most
I
viewed
should be able to get
videos.
Bro, I think Daddy will. I mean, you're the YouTube guy.
I should now. Noor should get it too. He's on the
'cause you
analytics.
guys
You're,
are actually-
you're packed.
I'm packed. Because I actually just listen on Spotify. Oh my.
That's got nothing to
Well,
do with
what,
running
just
a
what do you
business.
think? What do you think?
I said yeah, but you don't know your own business statistics.
Number 3 is the
Man said I
hard
just listen
Alright,
on
ready?
Spotify. Check out YouTube, dog. Are you subscribed?
Of course, I'm subscribed. But to be honest, I check on the first day.
Nice.
All right.
This was a tough one.
It was a tough one. I'm not even going to lie. All right. So today's top 3 is our top 3 most viewed episodes, videos on YouTube. Who would like to kick us off?
Okay.
Let's go, Noor.
All right. Number 1 is Rema. Number 2 is Ruger. And number 3 is the one with Hervé.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, honorable mention. There's an episode that's called Dash the Booger.
Yeah.
And the reason that one did so well is because for some reason we accidentally ran ads on it.
Nah, but and YouTube boosted it.
YouTube sent that one into the stratosphere. That's my 3.
yeah.
Also, someone check on number 3.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I got the same order.
Oh, good.
Because I was actually thinking episodes, but she said just YouTube altogether. So Rema's interview, number 1. Ruga, number 2. And number 3, I wrote Teddy. I remember I saw a bit of numbers of Teddy's one a while ago.
It's not there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, it's Ruga. Rema Minisode, number 1. I put number 2 on my lay content capture at the concert.
Got you.
Number 3, I put Dash the Booger.
Bro, I
that
wrote
episode.
on my lay as well.
I put Dash the Booger episode. Honorable mention, Peter Bowl, episode 1.
Okay. Oh,
And
similar.
Hervé Levine episode.
Hervé
The other one that did really well was Davina's actually.
Davina's, yeah,
That's also
Davina's.
picked up
dog.
over time.
Yes.
Davina's episode. What's it called? Martinez.
Yes.
A couple people that
Sinitz
as well.
did
Yeah,
well,
Sinit
and
someone else.
Niel's did
Niel,
well.
yeah. Ruga.
Yeah, Ruga. Wait, you don't have Ruga there?
Nah, I put on my lay.
Hey. Bro, I almost had him as my 3rd.
Alright, let's hear it.
Alrighty. So we'll go from number
Stanley.
5.
Oh, yep.
In number 5, do you guys want to take a wild guess? Who do you think
Take
number
a wild
5 is?
guess.
Number
Yeah.
5,
Yeah, probably Hervé Levine.
Davina.
Number 5, we've got Black Santa.
Oh, Emo. I was
With
thinking it's
yeah.
Emo. I know Emo
His
and P
episode
Bowls.
was in number
Yeah.
5.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
put him as honorable.
Interesting.
All right.
So, and then in number 4, we've got episode 147, which was with Davina.
Vina. Yep.
So
Damn,
she
it's
was
not
in
even
number
honorable.
4.
Yeah, they've
Alrighty.
running numbers.
Yeah. All right. In number 3, we've got episode 101,
Oh,
which was Dash,
Dash
the,
the
Booger.
Booger.
Yeah. You got that one correct.
Damn.
Dash the Booger.
Well, you didn't get the first or second one, right?
I got the first one right.
All right. Second one was, of course, our mini-sode episode with Ruga.
Yeah.
And then in number 1, we've got our Rema interview.
Oh, no one then.
So,
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he
Casted
won.
the same
but-
as me.
Oh,
No, but that was an honorable mention. But
yeah,
he
yes.
makes
I
it-
won't take that. Okay. How
no, but
about?
he won still.
How?
Yeah, he would,
They
wouldn't
both
he?
have the top 2.
Yeah, but and then
And
got
then
the
this
honorable.
one is
Yeah. Honorable doesn't
Oh,
count. sorry, my
actually,
bad. But yeah, whose is highest? In what? What did you
Yeah,
have?
so
What'd you
it is
do?
Noor,
Your
then
third
it is
one,
Noor.
yeah.
So
Hervé.
Hervé's was higher.
Yeah.
Than
Damn.
Yeah.
If I just put Ruga, I would have cleaned up, huh?
Yeah, you
Far
actually
out,
could.
man.
But you got the third one correct, which is good.
Yeah, I knew Dash the Booger was there because I remember the day I woke up and I said, what is he drawing on
I
there,
have
bro?
no idea what he's drawing. All right, beautiful.
Wow, that's good. Wow.
Guys, we've
You've
done
been
some
doing YouTube
good
for some
content,
time,
man.
and you're telling me Rema and Ruga?
We have done
Got
content.
episode 50 to 100.
Nah, they ate up that. I still, anytime someone mentions the Rem I still think about that one person that goes, guys, he looks a bit uncomfortable here. I always think about that. Because he was looking all shy, but now he's freaking rave lord, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Imagine you TV him again. Yeah, my name is Remmer.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be a very different Rema right now, man.
That is true.
What we cooking? Because I got a little trip I want to take us on.
Okay.
If you guys are down.
Take us.
I was gonna just get into the adventures of Snoop Dogg.
Snoop
Just
Dogg
because
is-
I found this to be something super interesting.
How much did you research into this?
I researched a lot.
Murder
Yeah.
case, everything?
Oh, I didn't do that. No, I meant side quests.
yeah. Oh, you talking about that?
But start us off there.
do you mean?
Let's hear
Oh,
about that.
No, they're talking about completely different.
No, I'm talking about Snoop Dogg.
No. Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Wait, you mean?
I was just doing his side quest, but if you want to add a little bit of just some sugar to this,
Yeah. So
This here.
Snoop Doggy Dogg
Doggy Dog.
the doghouse.
starts blowing up in his career. I can't remember exactly where it starts. I think it is at Doggy Style, the album, 92. And then blowing up, all this kind of stuff. I think before he does the album, with Dre's album where he's
93.
all over it, 93 is Doggy Style, right?
Yep.
Before they do Dre's album, which I think was 90, was it 7 or 5? No. The Chronic's 2001.
I was going to say,
What the frick am I saying?
93 is the
Chronic
thing
is
you're
92.
talking about. Yeah.
Chronic
Yes.
came out before. I'm gonna have to check this myself. Give me 2 seconds. Interlude.
Free the guy.
The guy's giving us
Hey,
album
we're going to
drops.
start it again.
All right, yeah. The Chronic drops 1992. I just want to check something. 93, obviously Doggy Style,
And then the situation you want to talk about is
and
93
then
as well,
in
right?
in 96.
Oh, it's 96.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 93. There's a shooting death
Yes.
of a gang member, and basically Snoop is on trial for murder.
Him and his bodyguard.
Him and his
Yeah,
bodyguard,
look at
right?
that.
96, they're acquitted for it all.
Murder.
I think
First degree, and then there was
Yeah,
a second degree
first-
charge. chucked in
Yes,
there.
there was a lot, and like the photos of him in court and stuff are pretty popular and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and obviously
Yeah,
the
he
whole
had
Death
the-
Row Records thing. Yeah, he had the perm. I'm pretty sure for that. I think as soon as they're acquitted, him and Dre drop a song called "Murder Was the Case" that they gave.
There's the short film. Or
Yeah, it's
something,
it's from a movie. I'm pretty
find this
sure.
out.
Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. But there was "Murder Was the Case" that they gave me. So that's where, like, obviously, put it this way: Snoop Dogg is the stereotype of a gangster rapper. I think, like, across generations, Snoop is like my dad. When he thinks of what a rapper is, he thinks of Snoop Dogg.
Did you say him and 50 Cent?
Not 50
I'd
Cent.
say it's him. 50. 50 is the gangster rapper that's like East Coast, West Coast, literally the two.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean? I think those two are probably the most famous rappers of all time across all generations. Like, just recognizing them for being a rapper. I think Eminem is also very famous,
100%.
but more as like a commercial kind of thing. So obviously, murder case happens, acquitted, and then music career blows up, whatnot. He signs with so many labels along the way, by the way. Like, so he starts at Death Row, and then he goes to the South with Master P, and then he does other stuff. I'm pretty sure he was at Def Jam for a while. He also took like a position there. This is all part of his side quest also. It's like he took a position at Def Jam. I don't know if it was Def Jam West or something, but all that kind of stuff. All this while being a front runner for cannabis and that kind of stuff, as well as a front runner for the West Coast. Now I reckon, start wherever you want, because... Or what year does yours start? Because 2003 to 2004, are you around there?
I actually didn't put dates to these things. I should have
Okay.
done it in a chronological order. It was more so me just looking into what has this guy done.
has he
Yeah.
been doing?
So like even like the pimping and all that kind of stuff?
Why? No, I'm
The
thinking of
guy
things
who's
that
talking
were
about, like,
good.
the whipping
No,
dog.
okay, pimping. No,
So there's a
Yo,
period of
yeah,
time, I think
this
it's 2003, 2004. Also, this is Snoop Dogg's married through all this.
This is like
Snoop Dogg's
Oh,
been married to his
yeah.
wife for years.
Oh, wow.
this
right?
is also the basis of even what's it in Boondocks, man.
Pimp named
Slip-
Slipback.
Yeah,
Slipback.
there's the real one,
Yeah.
and then also what Snoop Dogg was doing as well.
So
yeah.
Snoop was actually pimping for I think a year or two in that period of time. There's a really famous guy who Bishop
The one that
Don
was a pimp as
Juan.
well?
I think it's Bishop Don
The
Juan.
fat.
Who That's who I always thought Pimp Named Slickback was based off of.
I was gonna say there's the rule. Yeah.
So
it is
Bishop,
him, yes.
I think it's Bishop Don Juan who like would walk around with like the gold chalice and like the cane and all this kind of stuff, and they were pimping together. I'm pretty sure they were like involved in stuff together. Snoop also put out a porno at that time. I'm pretty sure with like I don't know like what the basis of it was. I think it was just those things of like, I can do this because I'm rich and famous and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So there was like a lot of those kind of side quests that Snoop's just been involved in. And then I think and they all fit the persona of gangster rapper.
Yes.
Until maybe 2009-ish onwards, where it became, or maybe like even 2013-ish onwards, where it became a little bit more like meme-ish, the side quests.
And bro, it's actually good you provide the context, because I was interested in how he was able to make that transition and now become America's uncle.
Yeah. From
You know
America's Most Wanted, literally,
Yes.
that was the song him and Pac had together.
Bro.
Right? I mean, even on that, I think that's the other thing. It's like Snoop is... it's not for me to say. Snoop is not a soft guy by anyone's standards, but I think now what we see him as, like Martha Stewart's bestie and all this, like he's just an uncle.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole story is like him and Pac hated each other when Pac died, right? And so like he's on on a private jet with them to go. I can't remember where they're going. And he's sitting like this the whole time, looking down. Like Pac doesn't want to talk to him. But I mean, he's just holding a knife in his hoodie the whole time for the whole flight. Apparently, like it was very much on this vibe of like Snoop is straight up a gangster, right? Which makes sense why LA loves him so much.
So it's wild because literally, it's actually very, very good. Like I'm saying, that we did this because my thinking for why I started doing this was, how did he rebrand so well?
So well.
Yeah, I was just like, how did he rebrand so well? And then I started just looking into all the things that he was doing. Yeah. So the pre is actually very good because, literally, America's Most Wanted had a murder case going on, was pimping.
Even had Snoop lying at one point as well.
Well, that gets into the rebrand, the meme side of things. So, I mean, just from what you guys know off top head, some random things that you know Snoop has done. Just randomly.
Is it menu log? Or what's
menu log ad, in face menu log,
obviously the Olympics.
Okay, Olympics commentating,
with Martha Stewart.
Do
you remember when, like last year, when he said he stopped smoking, but it's for the girls?
It was
yes.
What's it called? Obviously, the Snoop Lion stuff.
Yeah.
What else has he done? The Martha Stewart stuff is so memorable to me because I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch like the stuff on. This is the early YouTube days, and there's the one where they're making mashed potatoes together, and she's like, "And now we're just gonna put some white pepper in it." He's like, "What's that? I don't like that. I don't trust that." And she's like, "Can someone get Snoop some black pepper?"
Martha Stewart is another interesting character.
She's also got a history too.
Oh yeah,
she's been to jail. Snoop's never been
bro.
Yeah, so they're on the same type of.
I was like, hey man,
She shit with like alcohol on his arm.
You know what's funny? Do gangster rappers need their white woman? 50 had Chelsea Handler, and Snoop and Martha Stewart. Gangster rappers have their weird white
Maybe that's what
affiliation.
gets them into
I
some
think so.
Maybe it's the beginning.
I'm not mad because I've always had a perception that him and Martha have bumped uglies.
And I'm like 50 and Chelsea.
Well, they definitely
they
were dating.
Yo. So some of 50's back. Obviously acting. We know he's acting. He's been in Soul Plane. Oh my days, why am I going blank?
There was
the movies that he's
that
done,
high school movie, the one, the high.
How High. Brain's
called?
finished right now. But 50's Snoop
has been in a lot of
movies, right? Sure. Even 50. Well, what the heck? He's done his rebrand as well. So he's done a lot of acting and gigs as well. He DJ'd, probably still DJs currently as well too. I'm not too sure how much he's doing that, but he used to do DJ gigs. I should have gotten his name,
Facts,
Snoop's DJ name. It doesn't have it on here. What was Snoop's
Snoopadelic?
Snoopadelic, yeah. DJ Snoopadelic.
But also, sorry, on this, Snoop has one of the great, like, whoever's marketed him his whole life. Like,
all the names?
They just, bro, his online store, I remember this is early, not early internet, but early e-commerce days, the Snooper Market.
Yes, I actually had that. Did I have that?
I was like, this is just genius. Everything's genius. The first album being called Doggy Style. I'm like, this is so smart. Everything's so smart.
It sticks, man. Lighting the Olympic torch, obviously that was recent. All of his appearances on these shows, like The Price is Right, Family Feud, he has been on almost every single one of these that you can think of. He's
the
collected.
roast of whatever.
He's there.
He's there.
So he has been on all of these type of shows. And we're talking, these are family shows that this gangster rapper is appearing his face on, that we know damn well most of these white parents were not excited that their children was listening to his music.
Snoop did the I think he still does it, like the Little League in LA for American football.
Yeah. That's what,
and a lot of kids have made it to college through that. Like,
Oh, that's
let me
sick.
see. So the Californian Youth Football League.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started that up as
like
well.
he was actually coaching.
Yeah,
and
bro,
everything.
Donnie
old
is
is
there, and that's like he's in a movie.
How old is he? Snoop is 53 or something.
Youngin, bro. I need to start. I'll tell him my
I'm
dad.
pretty sure.
I need to tell my dad. This your age mate. This is what your age mates are doing.
This guy lived 5 different lives.
Dog, I ain't even
Crazy.
done. Animal Planet narration.
Oh yeah.
When he was narrating the Animal Planet scenes, I think it was Animal Planet.
Yeah.
It's Animal Planet on National Geographic.
Super Bowl halftime show.
Super Bowl halftime show,
yes.
sports commentating on that as well.
yeah.
Commentating sports too. Again, his friendship with Martha Stewart,
Kevin Hart as well.
Kevin Hart, whatnot. His cooking show, and then the book that he also actually released. There's a book he released. He opened a weed shop.
Yeah.
His Twitch streaming. This is a recent one as well. Do you guys remember when he raged quit from a game? I think it was maybe Madden or something, or maybe another game. He raged quit from a game or fell asleep, but then he left. And he just kept streaming accidentally for 8 hours. He never turned it off, bro. He just came back all like, oh, what? He turned it off. I think he rage quit. So he just left, and he just left the stream on for 8 hours straight.
Yeah.
Just kept on going. Again, the California Youth Football League. He's been in Bollywood movies.
That's crazy.
He's stretched into the Bollywood movies as well. He created the
Double G
animations.
News Network.
What was it?
Double G News Network.
I
Do
even-
you guys remember that? When
is it?
when they had, no,
Oh,
big
Double
set.
G. I was scared for a second.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was gonna do
GGN,
me.
right?
Yeah,
Like, and this is where they had. Do you remember the really famous clip of him and 50? Funny enough, they actually have a really great relationship together. Like
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
music
that's
to
cute.
whatever, all this kind of stuff.
Again, great stern argument.
When all of G Unit was there and they were like laughing about mumble rap, and then that's when Snoop goes, "I don't understand this genre."
Oh, that's what it was.
The fire. No Future was.
That one was so good. They used to run it off a green screen and then just have
forgot
like
about
ads
that.
flying in the background.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
place your ad here and all that.
I
those guys
didn't
were
realize
mean.
that he set that up himself.
Yeah, that was on
mad.
his YouTube channel.
In that as well, he created a children's animation series called Doggyland.
Yep.
So you can go suss that. It's a proper
Yep.
children, kids animation series, dogs and all that kind of stuff. Again, with the theme and the branding. Guys, when he went to WWE,
I do
had an
remember
appearance
that.
as well.
Yo, that was the most
When he went to
random one.
WWE, and this one I just found to be the funniest thing ever. He's got a Guinness World Record for making the largest gin and juice.
Well, on that,
Dog is doing what?
so obviously that comes from him and Dr. Dre's song Gin and Juice, right?
Bro.
And I think it was at the same time as they did the Super Bowl halftime show together, they announced that they're releasing their own line of pre-mixed gin and juice called Gin and Juice.
This guy has been busy.
Yeah, they like it's just endless
Just stop.
businesses, side quests, missions. Like it's so dope.
It's funny. Someone's actually made a YouTube thing. There's like a side quest tracker, so we might have to like check that out.
Funny, I just looked at a Reddit thread and someone
Yeah.
was like, "There's a whole generation that's not gonna know this guy was on trial for murder."
Dog.
That's true.
And this
That
one I
is
was
so
just
true.
saying, in this world, bro, you can be whatever
Be whatever you want to be, man.
If you rebrand yourself well,
The rebrand is
People
a
will forget.
madness,
Yeah.
bro.
They will
First of all,
forget.
good lawyer to get you off the charges, because I reckon if all of this would have gone left, if you went and
His
served life,
lawyer was-
none of this that we're talking about right now
Shout
would have
to the
happened
lawyer.
without that lawyer. You get me?
hey man, and he's got a good woman by his side.
Who he
I'm pretty
cheats
sure
on?
he's still
Oh.
married,
You
yeah.
tell me that he's
Pretty
you're
sure.
telling me that he's married.
I'm pretty sure he's still married. Same woman through it all. Like crazy man.
Yeah.
Snoop
It's so crazy.
Dogg.
It's so
He
crazy
was
to
an
see-
ambassador for like he would often speak out for not multiple sclerosis. His daughter has one of these things.
Right.
And so he would often like also like was kind of like an educating
Yeah.
voice for it.
Dude, he's been in all even the shows as well, like your Simpsons, King.
Yeah,
of the
oh,
Hill.
yeah,
They
yeah.
all
A bunch of
cameo
stuff
him
that-
as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
man.
I think like yeah, maybe Australia were a little detached. I don't think we realize
Just how
in
much.
America like who Snoop Dogg is.
Yeah.
Like there is nobody in middle America that doesn't
doesn't
know
know
who
who
Snoop
Snoop
Dogg
Dogg
is.
is.
Like
Yeah,
he's like Snoop is like one of one, literally one of one. I think funny enough, you talk about like the rebrand with Snoop and everything, and we're saying like, you know, him and 50 being the stereotypes of a rapper. 50 never had a rebrand. Till this day, 50's persona
Marketing.
is I'm a
Let me
gangster.
go. Let me go. He had great marketing
Yeah.
of it.
Well,
yeah.
I think even now, it's like when you imagine 50 in business deals and whatnot, you imagine him walking in like a gangster, not like like Snoop is like, oh, as an uncle, we're just gonna have a, you know, he's not the best
Like
about
Snoop
it.
is laughing in the meeting and 50
But I think the
got
difference,
serious
the
about
difference
it.
is
Yeah.
we're seeing Snoop compared to where we're seeing 50. Like, yes, 50 has become a lot more successful now, but he's not doing your Martha Stewart type of things. He's not on our screens. Like, I'm not seeing 50 on my menu log ads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's
Yeah.
why he doesn't need to rebrand, because the people who still love 50, like, they still mess with him.
can
Like, he's
secure
doing
that guy,
Power,
yeah.
he's doing all of those type of shows.
What a freaking-
But it's not like,
Insane, man.
you
I need to
know,
tap
on our
into all
TV screen. So that's why I'm like, oh, you don't have to rebrand, because the people that messed with you back then, they still mess with you now.
Yeah.
And
Don't-
it's just getting,
Yeah, the only thing with 50 is like he's got now this split. He's got Curtis Jackson, he's got 50 Cent. And I think it's the public sees 50 Cent, but Curtis Jackson is the business guy that we don't see. But that's the guy who's making deals with stars, the guy that's making deals with Vitamin, the guy's making deals with all that. But we don't, obviously, we don't see that side of that. But he doesn't bring 50 Cent into those meetings.
Yeah. You know what's funny about the two of them as well? Another thing they have in common? They post a lot of memes.
on their
They both
pages
post
and
a
that,
lot of memes. Non-stop.
I just wonder what it must be when it's like you have that, like, who puts that battery in your back to just do what you know, like that self-belief of like, I'm just gonna do whatever. Obviously money and access starts to play a role.
No, I
But
think
you
it comes
get
from.
there
I think
a
it comes
belief.
from like, you know that thing of like you put people in the same circumstances and for some reason one thrives and one
Yes.
doesn't. I think they must be the kind of people where it's like you put them in a dire upbringing.
Yeah.
And they
They're
just
gonna be the
go,
ones to come
I'm
through.
not gonna relive this.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like I'm gonna be successful, whatever I do.
I mean,
And
50, sorry.
Yeah, and I think like funny enough, you know how they say some people just have aura like about
Yeah.
them, like people take to them,
aura.
people believe them. They start dropping music and like people in the streets
tap
just
in.
rock with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Dude,
I guess they have that.
it's crazy to think about that though. Like, we live in a world, and for the history of the earth, there have been generational aura grabbers kind of vibes. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very interesting to think about. Like, yeah, there was someone in the village that just had all the aura.
Bro, you know that's the only reason like all of us have cultural dances. Because
there's
some
that
guy
one,
was like,
yeah.
hey, watch this move. And then
busting
everyone
it
said,
out.
Boom.
and they made them the chief of the
like
village.
literally, there's that person that was grinding to get the meal for the day.
Yeah.
For the village.
Yeah.
But Donnie just busts out a move, a little 1-2 at the campfire, and he's him.
Hey, bro, hold some corn. I like that move.
Yeah, literally.
I think that's the difference between like 50 Cent, Snoop, and,
Here's my
and-
wife, dog.
and compared to the
That's what's
rest
going
of,
down,
like-
bro.
Give it an IVF injection.
Crazy.
I think there's a difference between them two and like everyone else compared to what like there's the game, Ja Rule and all those guys. Because 50 Cent actually speaks on this whole thing in his book, talking about the game is changing, right? So he started to change along with the
Wait.
game. In terms
Yeah,
of
the
music.
game is changing, or the game?
The game,
No, like the game.
not the rap of the
can't
game.
do my studio.
not the
No,
game,
okay.
but like the game of music or
Yeah.
hip hop is
Okay.
changing, right? So he was like, all right, cool. I have to keep up with the times as well.
Yeah.
Right. So which is why even when mumble rap became a thing, he was featuring in their music. Or when if 50 Cent's very smart, he speaks about it in his book. But when he makes music, he gets those guys to feature. Because if he does it alone, it's not gonna go anywhere. Because people are tired of that kind of music in a way. Right. So we get like Tekashi 69 or whatever to jump on when he was blowing up.
Yeah.
Right. He would get Lil Baby to jump on. Because he's like, I know who's the hottest guys right now.
Yeah.
Right. And they have to be a feature of my music.
Yeah.
So he sort of understood where things are going, and he also knew like social media is the next big thing, which is why he jumped on it quickly. And then he would tell his G Unit, and he would tell Lloyd, I think that's his name. Lloyd is his best friend. Growing up, and part of G Unit as well. He was like, "Hey brother, we gotta jump on this Instagram thing, and this is how it's gonna do. This is how it's gonna change the game." Lloyd, because Lloyd's a real gangster. If you want to know who's a gangster, it's his best friend.
Right.
He was like, "Nah, bro, Tupac wouldn't be doing that."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because literally this book is like, "So where's Lloyd
Hey,
now?" Right, which is facts.
100%. He's very critical of Lloyd Banks, where he's like,
Lloyd
he's like,
Banks,
I really
yeah.
wanted these guys to like eat and stuff, but they're just lazy.
They're lazy. They don't want to keep up with the times. Hey, bro, people don't want to listen to this kind of music anymore. You know, and now look at 50, and now look at Lord Banks and other people as well. So, but what's interesting is because 50 Cent is a gangster, Snoop Dogg is a gangster. With this whole rebrand, I'm very curious. Like inside, who are you? Inside?
Who are you still?
Still,
Yeah, like when you do the menu log, you know, you're going on your bike. Inside is like, am I a gangster? Someone pulls up on me. This is what I'm gonna do, or have you actually change as well.
I feel like you've had to. Once you, because
Yeah.
the thing is, your eyes are open to what this world is. I think maybe in terms of certain ideals, yes.
Yeah.
But your environment is also just not that anymore. You know what I mean? It's,
I think
it
you're
doesn't
like
demand, your life doesn't demand
Yes.
that of you anymore.
Yeah, like I think certain things like maybe responding with violence, things like that. It's like it just drops off.
Yeah.
Eventually, because it's like
Yeah,
otherwise,
right.
everyone's gonna just not deal with me.
Like it's like I could have aggressively beat you up, or I'll aggressively get my lawyer to sue
Sue
you.
you.
Kind of.
But you're
you know what I'm
also
saying?
older now. Like, who's trying to get into all
Nah,
the violence?
because
Nah, people
Like,
violent
hold on.
stuff though. Like, come
Yeah.
on, you've got grown kids. You know, you've got all these opportunities. Like,
Yeah.
why are you still trying to
I hear it.
live the gangster life? Is Nas a gangster? Who? Nas? Or he's not?
When
I-
Snoop Dogg talks about Nas sounds like he's a gangster, bro.
well,
Okay.
the only again, this is us.
It sounds like
talking
he's a
about this
gangster
stuff.
based on the stories.
It's the West Coast and East Coast thing is very different. Like the West Coast, they actually have gangs, what we think of gangs, the flags,
Yeah.
the gang banging, right?
Yeah.
The East Coast don't really have that. It's more like drug dealing and
Okay,
selling
got
and holding down corners and things like that. So yes, by what we would maybe think of like a gangster in terms of like, dangerous guy that runs streets and whatnot. Yeah. And DJ Envy has a funny story of like a gun being pulled on him by Nas.
Oh.
Because he goes, this is like when he was doing mixtapes, and that's how Envy started. And he sees Nas because they're both from Queens, and he goes to hand him the mixtape. He's like, "Oh, I got something for you." And reaches in his bag, and when he comes out with the mixtape, Nas is holding a gun. He's like, "He goes, I've got something for you," and and Nas like, "Do you know where we're
That's
from?" Like,
correct.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my
Oh
days.
nah, hey, it's
Might not be a gangster, but he got that
yeah.
aura, bro.
I would love to sit with these people and just like hear their stories.
Hear
like
their
all day. Like it's so
stories, yeah.
interesting.
That's
It's
it's
places
actually
that we
wild.
did not grow up in and can't imagine what life is like and whatnot. But it's like, and that, again, that's just such a beautiful thing when you travel and it's like you can safely into some of these areas. It's like you still have to be very wise, but it's like you look at it and you're like, oh, like certain places. It's like, for example, like when I was in Harlem, I was like, is that actually like I can see how you like this too. Like there's nice elements of this. Obviously, I didn't go to the
Yeah,
dodgy
it's dangerous.
sides of it, but it's like there's parts of it where you're like, oh, I can see how this creates this, or how like just even like the way kids behave. You're like, oh, I can see how like it's dog eat dog. You know what I mean? Like even from childhood, like that mentality. It's like you can see who's the quiet kid who just keeps getting pushed to the side.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was like, it's very, very interesting.
Oh, it's mad. I was like, just looking into it. There's a lot of people that will probably be very interesting to look into like this as well.
Another person with all these side quests and stuff is Joe Rogan, actually.
Yes.
Very
Oh my
interesting.
gosh, I was
Oh,
watching
Joe
Fear
Rogan.
Factor again
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, but like
Obviously, that's
you
that's
actually
origins.
started
Yeah.
from stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And then got into the whole Fear Factor thing, then the UFC stuff, then like literally being the most watched talk show of all time.
Yeah.
Right?
He just dropped his special
And
as well.
and like all this
Yeah, I
other
didn't watch it
stuff.
yet.
Like it's just like you just don't stop doing
Proper
Cool.
side quest.
Yeah, and I think that's it's a sign of growth ultimately. And I see that for us. Like I started just reflecting. Like oh yeah, like I had this question. Like I wonder what people think I do, and then one, why does it matter? Two, what do I want it to be? Because then I was just like, okay, what is the story of my life gonna be ultimately? Like when people reflect back or look at what we do, what we accomplish, what we get our hands dirty with, and I was just like, oh, like yeah, I wonder what that full picture would be, or what do I want that full picture to look like? Because there's so much out here like you can do ultimately, and I'm just looking, and I like when I look at certain things that I've done, and I'm like, I see the way these things flow into each other, because a lot of those things would have flowed into each other for like your Snoops, your 50.
The next thing,
For
sure.
Snoop, confident behind TV by acting, ends up on TV shows, makes his
Yes.
own TV shows, cooking show, cooking book, shop. You know what I mean?
You know
Like,
what it is?
And getting
I was
back,
thinking about this, and I was chatting about this with my dad.
Yeah.
And I heard about this from Kev on stage actually ages ago, where he was just saying like likability is such a it's such a skill to just be a likable person
Yeah.
because people don't want to give you opportunities. As long as you're reliable and like all the basics are there, if you're then likable, it's just like who's the first person you think of? I remember Kev on stage saying, "Is like whenever I go on tours and stuff, he's like, there are comedians that are better than me. There's better than people that I'm also bringing on tour, but I just don't want to spend 90 days with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I would not like to do that. He's like, I'll grab this guy and this guy because I'm like, yo, I know when we're hanging out, it's just gonna be
good
fun.
vibes,
You
yeah.
know, same kind of thing. I think like Snoop is clearly just a likable person, or extend this to so many people, where it's just like, and then like even put this to us. It's like it's not by like chance that like I don't know, Daniel's doing all these MCing gigs or whatnot on top of the stuff he already does. Whatnot. It's like no, like you're actually a likable person. People want to work.
Oh my gosh, bless you.
Getting a big head.
You know, like it's that aspect of like
Yeah.
just being likable keeps you in people's minds, so that when they're in rooms, you're who they think of.
Of course.
It's funny. Like literally as you before you said all that, like as you were saying this, I thought of a time where I think it was last year, someone hit me up for something and it was like a pretty cool opportunity, like nice bag too. I was like, man, I'm like, why the heck did you think of me?
Yeah.
Like genuinely, I was like, why? Like I think I even asked, I was like, can I just ask like why? It's like, oh, like I believe in you, I think that you'd be good for this. I was like, okay, bet. But after that, I was like, dude, y'all gotta be careful who you be letting into the shoes. You got hey, keep on coming and asking me, you know. But I was just like, it's crazy that like people just gravitate towards that, and if that is the wrong person, but there's a likable, sometimes that can be abused and taken in the wrong way. But I'm like, yeah, you're right. When it is a Snoop or something, people like that, and it's the right person or something. It's a beautiful thing.
And they
that
know
comes out
people
of
will
that.
love it as well.
Yeah.
Because they're putting you in front of people, or the same way as Menulog putting. Snoop Dogg, everyone knows.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
loves Snoop Dogg #1. Everyone knows who Snoop Dogg is. So this is gonna be cool. And then whatever is the next thing as well.
Of course.
Being likable, huh?
You know what's actually impressive then? Also equally impressive, but like I just don't want to be it. The celebrities or people that are not likable whatsoever, but you just can't keep them out of rooms because they're just so good at what they
Man.
Like who?
do.
Not likable, but you can't keep them out of rooms. Goodness gracious. I want to say,
Like I reckon
Like are they rude? Is that what we say?
Yeah, maybe. Like I reckon there'd be a lot of actors like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're not
100%.
likable, you're not whatever, but we can't stop
We
giving
need
you
you.
these roles because you are good at what you do.
Yeah.
You did who's so opposite of those two. I literally got one who's likable. Another one, I'm not saying he's not likable. I think he's also likable, but I think they're just different. Which is it Robert from the Avengers and the other
Robert
guy,
Downey
Chris
Jr.?
Evans. Chris Evans, is that his name?
yeah,
Basically, Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah.
Them in real life, they're completely different.
to what you're seeing.
No, just like both of them are completely different to each other.
Okay,
so
right.
Chris Evans is like the jerky guy that will actually hype you up,
Yeah.
and will sort of take off the shine off himself, and they'll be like, "Me, no, look at you! Like this is
This
the
is like
real."
when you see the BTS videos when they're like on set.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense.
yeah,
Why is Captain America smiling like this? I've seen,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was recording one time. I
you
saw,
know?
yeah.
So I don't know. See, I don't know if you guys, because I've seen like a lot of interviews on like with them,
Yeah.
especially like when the whole Avengers was going on at that time. But they're completely different. But people love them the same. But they're completely different in terms of the energies. Whereas Danny Jr. is just more of like.
Bro, he's real life Tony Stark.
He's like, yeah, I'm the star here.
He's real life
and he
Tony
will
Stark,
pull up
bro.
with his sound, like he's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
great, yeah.
and like literally the shine is on him.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
the light's on him. Whereas, because what about you? No, don't worry about me. I'm just there doing
American
my little
sweetheart.
part. You should look at this guy though.
Crazy.
You know, people love that because again, he's been this humble guy.
On this real quick before,
go.
I haven't tapped into like an actor's interview or anything like
they're
any of
cool,
that
bro.
content in time. I remember that used to be
Those
the
ones where
most
they just be sitting on like the you know those chairs
everything
and like
just
the
in the room.
almost like the between two ferns
Bro,
vibe. Yeah.
I haven't tapped into that in a while. Like on your even your Breakfast Club, like just people that are
I've been watching
famous and
some,
I haven't seen them. You tap back in,
Some
bro. I have not listened to anything these like people.
I've been enjoying like I really enjoy like I think it's to me it's like just has to be interesting stories because back in the day it's like I used to watch anything Breakfast Club put up,
Yeah,
but now I'm like I like the politicians.
Yeah.
I like
Got hot
certain
sauce in my bag.
people. You know, it's like
The acting stuff, I'll be watching a lot. Not a lot, just pops on my TikTok. I think TikTok knows what I like now.
Yeah.
It just pops up a lot of like the sound making for some of these shows.
Yeah.
So they'll talk about Game of Thrones. I was like, because all these sounds are literally like they made up these
how
sounds.
crazy is that?
Bro,
yeah.
they-
when you
they-
see man just
bro.
shaking a sheet of foil,
Bro,
to do
Cracking
thunder.
spaghetti.
Cuz
Bro, it makes
they you
It's
see
so good.
you see the House of Dragons, Game of Thrones, obviously.
watched it.
Like
Dragon
the-
sounds is even crazy.
The dragon
too.
sounds, and
Yeah.
I was watching how they would make, I was like,
Yeah, we have honestly,
I
bro.
was like,
we don't
I was
deep
like,
the capabilities.
bro,
Ooh,
no.
which takes
'Cause
us
we
into.
don't deep it.
We don't deep the capabilities of this human mind. I was gonna say we should do the mind Fs,
Yeah.
and let's just do it here, man. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like I think I was watching the King Kong one, how they made the sound for King Kong, but then no Godzilla, and then also
yeah,
then
Godzilla
wanted to
was-
show how it would sound in a in like in an empty dead city. They generally made the sound first and then set up the craziest speakers in a ghost town and recorded it from miles away
How crazy is that?
just to make it literally track and sound like that. I was like, yeah, I'm doing these ones on
Because you realize,
cam.
bro, you realize when you record it, you're actually not hearing sound. You know, when you see the horses running around, you're not hearing sound. And then they take you to this room and say, this is where
record
the
the
sound
sound
happens.
separate, bro.
And then then you see, okay, I use this to make this. I was like, yo, this is. So now when I watch these shows, I'm like, wow, this is.
What they used to do that sound.
Honestly, you actually look at it completely different. But yeah, we don't deep it. We
All
actually
right,
don't.
man. Let's see. Let's see some things we definitely don't deep.
Somebody asked Reddit. They said, Reddit, what is the craziest mind F that you know? If a woman has only male children, she is the first in an unbroken line of women going back to the origin of humans to not have a daughter. The reverse is true with fathers having only daughters.
Bro, I almost crashed the car.
How crazy is
with
that?
Marwa trying to figure this out. We generally almost crashed.
Every woman leading up to
To her.
Marwa, for example, has had a woman.
Yes, and if Marwa were to only have sons, she's broken
That's-
that line.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
All the way back to Eve.
Oh,
Yeah. Crazy.
what the?
Crazy.
No, like when it clicks, you're like, oh, like it's not wild, but it's like when you deep it, like, oh my days, that goes back to humanity, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Why'd you stop it?
Unbroken line. Yeah, peak.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Have children, guys.
A piece of floating dust is halfway between the size of the Earth and a proton.
Makes no sense. How small is a freaking
I don't
proton,
understand
bro?
this stuff.
And how?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this one I like. It's a quote. It says, "If our brains were simple enough for us to understand them, would be so simple that we couldn't."
Yeah.
That would make sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the more you think about it, the more you're like, I get it,
Yeah.
but I didn't get it.
Simple enough to if we could, yeah. Let me not even try. I'm gonna break my head.
If a person has been deaf from birth, what language do they think in? That one actually, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, what do you
Yeah.
like? Do you think
wow.
like you do, but what are you thinking in?
Like, how do you?
This one
And we
cracked
can
me
never
up.
find out from them
Yeah, no,
Oh, they could.
unless they gain their
Tell
hearing
you.
miraculously.
no, but then they're not deaf.
Yeah, but now they're not deaf, and then we can ask them, yo. So, like, out of all these things that you currently hear now, I hate this guy so much.
Hey, leave that out. Leave that out. Not good for the brand.
You right.
And we got OPC's finest right here, bro.
Gosh.
All right. Back to it. This one cracked me up. If you die a virgin, you are the first person in your line of ancestry not to bang.
Gosh.
That's Spain, bro. That's Spain.
Oh, God.
This one I like. Neuroscience is just the brain studying itself.
Yeah, that is wild.
150 years from now, 7 billion people will be dead.
Goodness gracious.
Billion.
150 only as well.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, because a generation.
Literally all of us are going to be
Oh
gone in
my
150.
gosh,
This one as well.
yeah, that's wild.
Links to it. When the oldest person on Earth was born, so the oldest person right now was born, there was a completely different set of people on Earth, every single one of them.
Every single person.
When the oldest person on Earth was born, so if there's someone that's 120 years old right now, when they were born,
Yeah. 'cause
every
they're all
single
dead.
Oh, yeah,
human
yeah, yeah.
has stopped
Yeah,
existing since
that
they're
makes
all
dead.
sense. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Everyone that was alive with them is dead. What the heck?
Oh wow.
So that person that recently just passed away. Do you guys remember
The
that?
lady?
The lady.
the
Yeah.
lady, yeah.
She was the last. Wow, that's what that means.
Well, I mean,
guys.
someone took her spot now.
Jeez.
This one is so true. We talk about it all the time. That we created what life is like. Getting a job, going to school, using money. We're just people on a rock in space.
Well, legit.
I blame Adam once again, man.
Yeah.
All the way back to Adam. Could have been.
This
naked
one
with
is
some
always the
freaking
standard
freaks.
mind blow is like 1 million seconds is 11 days, 1 billion seconds is 31 years. That's crazy.
Bruh.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we
Those
don't
are the ones we're sharing.
understand this, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Madness out here, man. Hey, life is long, bro.
It's long. It makes you realize like it's all little.
Is it drag what I say now? The relationship with death thing. Are we almost done? Are we cooking? I don't want to drag us too tough.
No, go for it.
Okay, we'll try. Yeah. Oh, it's an explorative, expansive conversation.
Could be a long one.
I'll have to hit them with the part 1, part 2 vibes. Yeah, you're saying like what you
You remember those Ninja Turtle episodes when you were a kid where they would end on a cliffhanger and you're like, damn.
bro, with
You
the
gotta come
epic
back
music,
for more.
bro.
To be honest,
What's Shredder gonna do?
Just saw Shredder.
What's he
I saw
gonna
his shadow.
we might just
Literally.
we might just end like that.
Wow. I can start. What are we at now? All right, cheeky one. Fudge. I don't know if it's worth it. No, we'll leave it.
Yeah, I was gonna
save
say,
it. Let us
we'll leave it.
explore
Another
We'll
time.
It's gonna
That's
be a
us.
15-minute conversation.
Catch us on next week's episode.
Thank you for joining us for another episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this around,
Yes, sir.
and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace.